Hello, everyone. I'm Cody Stone with Random Encounter Productions. Your show is going to start in just a few minutes, but while I've got you alone, let me talk to you about how you can help us keep the dice rolling. You can join us over at patreon.com/Random Encounter Productions. We have Patreon levels from the $1 to the $20 level. You get access to a lot of really cool things, Heroes of the Multiverse with digital artwork. We're going to be doing overland maps and dungeon maps throughout all of 2019. You also get early access to some of our GM tip videos and raw file footages. You can, at the $10 level, get a Twitch subscription. At the $5 level, you get access to our Discord where we all hang out. The characters write stories. All the wonderful players are great writers and artists, and it's just a wonderful community. We want you to be a part of that. So if you can help support us over there, it would mean the world to us. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch subscription. It's really awesome. You just have to renew it every month. So if you choose to do that with us, that would be amazing. So thank you very much for that. Just remember to renew it every month. If you don't have Amazon Prime, if you can't patronize right now, there's a few ways you can still help the channel. That would mean the world to us. First of all, we're getting our YouTube channel up and running, youtube.com/Random Encounter Productions. We're going to be doing exclusive shows over there, as well as our GM tips, really pushing to put out content on a daily basis. So please subscribe over there, hit the bell, hit the notification thing, share those videos, help us get the word out as much as possible, because we love doing these shows for you guys. We want to do them for everybody. So that would be wonderful. If you want to help us out in other free ways, we have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, and we're on Facebook. All the links to those things are down below. So join us over there, subscribe, share, follow, all of that classic stuff. And we really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We love doing this, and we love doing it for you, with you, and all of those things. So we will see you soon.
Yes, it is. It is, in fact. Oh my god. It's the shit. I wanted this my whole life. Oh no. Look at the trash cans. They're so baby. Everything's fine. I'm okay. I just really like it. Everything's okay.
He built it. I'm taking video of someone who's going for the first time, and she's very emotional.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
I want to go touch all the things. Can we come this way, Caitlin? Okay. Can we touch everything?
Yes, you can.
Please.
Right up this way.
I want to touch all the things.
We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have.
Hi, I'm Dan. Finish swallowing that soda. I am playing Delarian, the Human Ranger.
I'm Cole. I am playing Tesla, the Warforged Battlesmith Artificer.
Hello, I'm Eduardo, and I'm going to be playing Jarek, the Human Artificer Alchemist? Question mark.
You almost said it.
Almost.
Stop myself.
One of these days he's gonna break.
And I'm Megan, playing Captain Madeline Loren, who's headed up to here.
Wonder Woman believes in you. Do you need me to send her in?
No, I'll put her in my mouth.
Do you want me
All right, guys. Welcome. So things are proceeding with Kickstarter, still waiting on getting that money. I just want to keep you guys up to date with that. As soon as we do, you'll get exit interviews and questionnaires and things that will let you do add-ons. So if you want a specialty patch and you only got like a pin, all at the Kickstarter prices, all for the same value. So thank you guys for that. Next week, we haven't set the schedule yet, but I am going to be reaching out to the team members to see if we can do a bonus show for you. Something either Arkham Horror, Eldritch Horror, or we may do maybe a 2-night special of Die.
Oh, please. Sorry.
There it is.
So it is a rule. I don't know if I think it's like a rules light RPG system. It's very meta.
Super.
But I think we would need to do it over 2 nights. So we will see about that. We are going to get you guys some lawful spooky entertainment stuff as we get closer and closer to Halloween. Also, patrons and members on the Discord, I am working on updating not just our play-by-post stuff, but also setting up I think I'd like to set up a Gloomhaven campaign with the tabletop simulator and maybe some other board games with that. And we'll see about doing, so the play-by-post is going well, but I think for some people, it's, one, I have trouble keeping up with it sometimes, but I think people might get a better experience out of like a focused, like once a month game that we could do over voice chat or something. So I'm looking into that as a possibility. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts or feelings or ideas, reach out to me on the Discord. What else have we got going on at the moment? You guys up to anything fun and or special?
I know myself, I have a podcast.
Yeah.
That I plug every week.
Mm-hmm.
That I am diligently trying to create content for. And we do some D&D on there. We talk sports because it's the entire premise of the podcast is that you can enjoy both and that you don't have to choose between the two of them. So we have a D&D game that I DM myself. I've got some interviews on there with some friends where we just talk about things that we love. Like one of them is one of my friends just talks about Kingdom Hearts for an hour. So it's a good time. Check it out. It's called Random Acts of Awesomeness. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Stitcher.
Yeah. See.
And the cool thing is the D&D Beyond overlay. Pretty freaking legit, guys.
Yeah, we are playing around with that. That is something we're going to be rolling out. We have a lot of players, so to get everybody on board with doing the D&D Beyond stuff might take us a minute. But for tonight, we have a couple of test subjects. We have Madeline. You can look at her stuff and see her stats and everything like that. And we also have Tesla over there. So special thanks to Cole with letting us utilize his account. Which is really awesome. So we're gonna see about getting everybody's stuff on there. So there's that. I've been working on the class stuff for the victors, and some of the things for Hallian elude me. With some of his abilities and how to implement them, I think the Lunar Kiss in general is too. It doesn't fit as a subclass. It's a little too big. It's a little too.
Well, it shouldn't be. There should be only one, like a Highlander.
Well, I mean, they're like an order. So they're an order of monks,
But there's
right?
only one Lunar Kiss. Like there's the Lunar Kiss monks, but there's only one.
Well, I mean, he is only the last because he's the only one alive. But like it
That he knows of.
Yeah. I think
Reveal.
yeah.
That's what the question mark is. The dream, I wish. Surprise, unravels monk bandages. Like, ooh.
So I went to take a look at what I'm thinking might be is a similar to an old-fashioned prestige class, which is what the
Must
so
meet certain
officially,
criteria.
yeah, and Wizards officially has eschewed prestige classes. They tried one out in Unearthed Arcana as I believe it was the Runecaster or something, and they felt like it didn't really fit. It was a little unwieldy, which it is. I mean, for a very streamlined design, that 5th edition is adding something like prestige classes. It can be something that is out of left field. So now I'm looking at that as a design option, but the idea would be not to limit it to monks as a, so any class could essentially take levels in Lunar Kiss. So, and it would be, I think
I'm
it would be
intrigued, but for all the wrong reasons.
right. It would
All power, none of the responsibility.
it would be a limited five level class.
I was gonna say, so the way that you have it, there for those of us that don't know about the world, there are 5 moons.
There are.
And each one of those moons is relating to an element, correct?
That's what the people of the Empire have ascribed it to that. There is Gale, Tide, Oak, Flame, and
Heart.
yes, Captain Planet.
Flame,
Stone.
not metal stone. There it
Stone.
is. I was like,
Yeah.
hard one.
Yeah.
Oh.
A little disappointing, Cody, I'm not gonna lie.
You know, and yeah, so a few of them are very erratic, but they 3 of the moons follow the phases of that moon, follow the year cycle, follow the month, and follow the week. So, and then the other 2, I think it's Flame and Gale, that are like just random. They sort of by year, they extend or shorten, and they're much more erratic.
Interesting.
So yeah, there's a good chunk of stuff that goes into it, but it's more of philosophical.
Right. It doesn't actually affect the powers that he has.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more that for theming purposes, right? They were intended to do so. So, so Stone offered like resistance,
Okay.
Things of the Wind was like similar to having the dodge action or enhanced
Affecting his
movement.
speed.
Yeah.
Right.
So there were some thematic things involved there, which I could turn hard into the elemental side. But I think ultimately focusing on the idea of balance and that sort of philosophical side might work out better.
Yeah.
So I want to start putting design notes up and having you guys give me feedback for that. So
You could have an entire episode of that. You know that?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I'd do the whole thing.
I was also trying to design a few other things. So my thought was design one for each victor, because most of the victors touch each of the classes. The only one that doesn't really get classes that don't really get represented by the victors are Warlock, Druid. I think that's it.
Interesting.
Warlock and Druid.
Yeah, none of those are picking up on my radar.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Originally, I had designed Hal to be a fighter, a monk fighter. That's why he has armor on.
Mhm.
But he never fucking wears it.
He does for a while. And he takes it off.
They put the tracking device in his armor.
Yeah.
And then he takes the armor off and
Yeah.
walks away.
That's,
So they
Like his
get-
fucking back
Oh wait, I actually have to do something. Armor off.
Yeah. He's like, oh shit, we're in the Doom Vault. Take my armor off, hang it up in the fucking closet, and then dungeon delve.
Jeez.
Ah!
Way to defeat the whole purpose, Hal.
Should have left you down there, you motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what it's like living with a anime protagonist.
Oh god. He is totally an anime protagonist. He even has the white hair.
This is what we're here for. Don't lie to yourself. I want to be an anime protagonist.
I don't know. Tesla has the general like dickhead nature of a lot
Yes.
of anime
Yeah.
protagonists.
That does happen too. But no, I know for
Just the soft skills.
that's it. Yeah. For Oreshki, I wanted to do a Hunter Twin Soul. So a little bit of
That's what
a,
it was. I thought that was Druid, but
it was that one's for the hunt. So instead of having a specific like animal companion, having just sort of a part of themselves that is kind of an animal soul that like I don't know
Can
wargs
assist.
it. Yeah, so it can be a bird, but if the bird dies, like
does that mean
the part of you is still around.
there's a person inside of Oreshki?
I don't think it's a
There's lot
person.
of
I think
cra-
it's
There's a lot of people that probably want to.
Yes, I was,
Wha-
but
no, I think it's
For traveling alone.
I think it's more along the idea of somebody that a person that lives in the wild that has a strong kinship with
And-
the spirit of an animal,
I was gonna say,
and that individual spirit probably
shape changes. so that's what it-
reincarnates, shape changes,
Oh,
right? So, something along
'Cause
those lines.
I know originally she had a bird for a really long
She
time.
did. Yeah, and
oh fuck, I forgot about the bird.
Yeah.
Mhm. It was a whole thing.
yeah, she had her bird. Her bird was, and that's why after the years I evolved it to have that twin soul side.
Mhm. Which works better because one day she could have a bear friend or a jaguar friend
Exactly.
or whatever.
Yeah, and it's always the same friend. It's just in
A different animal.
form.
With that, you could have just aesthetically, right? The eyeballs, always the same color, that kind of like thought
Mhm.
process. That way you know, hey, yo, that's a Reshki's twin soul. I see it now.
Mm-hmm.
Just example. Yeah, I think
Um,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So each one of the victors has some sort of association, but you want to have that
I
next
want to
level.
develop. Well,
Right.
I think a lot of those could be subclasses. I think twin soul subclass.
makes sense.
For Caliber, I wanted to do Oath of the Messiah.
I thought she was going to be the Arcart.
I wanted something with more of a generic name.
Mm,
So like Arkheart is kind of her in character title.
interesting.
But somebody that for Oath of the Savior, whereas opposed to swearing an oath to an ideal, it's swearing an oath to a group of people. So somebody
Aw.
that is a paragon of a race
sense.
or a society or something like that. So
Jesus.
it's probably has more healing, has some more protective things, self-sacrificial ideas and things in there. So all the multi-class ones, they all have sort of something to go with. But I want to start putting those design notes up so that you guys can give me some feedback with it. Are there any other announcements? I feel like we should have more.
We just had Kickstarter for so long.
Yeah, I know.
I think
Yeah.
that's what it was.
We have friends. Our friends do things. Haunted
Do
Mountain.
do we really?
Haunted Mountain is rebranding currently.
Yeah,
They've phased out the dice trays. They are still doing limited custom dice
Mhm.
trays. He just did a custom dice tray as an efficiency gift.
Mhm.
The fucking Taliesin Jaffe.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. They're looking into making minis and sculptures.
Which is awesome.
Yes, and they've moved into making tea infusers and bookmarks.
Nice.
Those
Yeah.
are awesome.
They have their spooky stuff out right now.
Yeah.
Spooky stuff.
What about our friends at Cast Pollux? Are
They
they
still exist. They are turning over some stuff.
rebranding some
Yes.
stuff over? Cool.
They've had a bit of a year.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And we wish them the best,
Yes.
but they are still awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good friends.
Phantasmagoria opens.
I was about to get to that. Yes. Is that it?
I don't think it's tomorrow because Dana is still speaking to me.
Oh,
Like when it gets closer, she just sort of
Disappear.
disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's next week.
so our friend of the channel, Dana, does the
Mazords.
yes Mazort.
Yep.
And she comes in and she plays other games on occasion,
Yeah,
but
she's my son.
she is our goblin buddy.
Yeah.
Also,
And Cassandra.
is
yep.
the ringleader. Master?
Yeah.
Ringmaster.
Some sort of ring. She's the ring.
She stands there like this
Please
the whole
don't,
time.
please don't tell her I said that. She's gonna be so pissed. She's the
Not,
ringmaster.
I mean, I was thinking like,
Yeah.
That'd be
yeah,
terrifying.
no, that's,
right, like,
that's,
yeah.
That's not where I was going with it, but the minute I said it, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, she's doing ballet and a sword fight, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So that is
She
good
gets to
times.
stab people.
Yeah. So we got
Thanks so
all
much,
sorts
Chef.
of friends doing a bunch of stuff. Another of our friends, Keith,
He's doing
is doing Macbeth.
Macbeth.
Yeah. Well, it's not a theater, it's a studio.
Yeah.
Macbeth.
Plus, I don't
So-
believe in that, so it's Macbeth.
Yeah. He is
Macbeth.
understudying Macbeth, the title role, at the Orlando Shakespeare Theater, which is fantastic. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really awesome.
Kinda. It's the 18th, so it's next Friday.
Okay, that's why
That's when it's in Orlando.
that's why they're still talking to you.
And then it goes
Oh
to
no!
DeLand.
Well, has it? Oh, is it opening in
It
Orlando?
opens in Orlando at Orlando Shakes, and then it goes to DeLand, to the Athens Theater.
Cool.
The Tampa Theater in Tampa, and then Eustis, and then Sanford, and then Ocala.
Ocala.
Not how my maps say it, so it's Ocala.
Cool guys. Well, all right. I've ramped long enough. Let's get
Do you
into
have
it.
something? Because why are you shaving off your beard?
Oh,
Not for funsies. What do you have coming up?
I've got a pirate show that's going to be at Immerse Orlando. And that's going to be, if you haven't been to that, it's essentially they block off a street in Orlando and they put like different art installations up and they have different like performances and it's like a really short show. But we haven't started rehearsals for it. So I want to like get into it. But essentially it's like sea shanties. But they have like a mini little like cute, intros to each of the songs. That's it. We haven't started working on it yet, but I can't wait to do it. Then I'll like announce all the names and all that stuff.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What would you do with the trumpet? What would you
The answer to that is revealed in this episode.
Heyo.
So earlier, this is a good question. So for just before, this is an artificer question for Cody.
Mhm.
So there are certain healing things that are really cool that deal with alchemical mastery, which is the subclass alchemist for artificer. So my question to you earlier was dealing with healing, and we had talked about dice will equal what I can add things to. So if I actually roll a die to something, that would like be okay to add my pluses. Essentially, was my thought process. So that was
Well,
the
it
question.
depends.
Exactly.
Right.
So I was looking at the different ones and I was like, that doesn't make sense. This makes sense. And then we like decided that aid wasn't one that I didn't like need it. So that was why I asked about enhanceability. Because with enhanceability in my mind, Jarek creates potions
Right.
and each of those potions do something different. That's
Sure.
how his brain works.
Yeah.
So with enhanceability, he does have to roll for temporary hit points, but they're temporary hit points.
So that's not you.
Exactly. So that was my question.
There you go.
See, this is why I go over stuff, guys.
It's good to ask.
Talk
See?
out loud,
It's
man.
always better to ask a question.
Yeah.
Assume something.
Okay.
That's how we learn.
Let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Our adventure takes place in and around the continent of Rhoda. It is dominated by the Albrechtian Empire. once a republic, now the Empire is in jeopardy. Its Emperor, Don Dorian of the Black Gem, the leader of the Rockhawk Legion, the bringer of law and queller of chaos, has been replaced by a cabal of evil doppelgangers, aided by a mysterious celestial body known as the Lunacy, an entity of madness and imbalance. With a bit of research, they have uncovered some ancient history. Our heroes have. They're a revolutionary party dedicated to seeing the empire put back to its rightful ways. They have discovered that the emperor exists currently in two states at once. His body trapped on the plane of pandemonium, undying and possibly being driven mad, or at least it would have been if not for the Black Gem, which is associated with him, a piece of magical gem born into the flesh of the imperial line. It serves as a soul cage, as something that catches their spirit. That particular piece of the Emperor Don Dorian has been hidden away within the maze, capital T, capital M, the pocket dimension that belongs to the Lady of Pain, Mistress of Sigil, and Mistress of Blades. So, in an effort to curry favor with her, our heroes are traveling now to the Temple of the High Moon, which is the last known place of the Point, an ancient lunarchist blade, an artifact of great power which Hallion, the last lunarchist, has suggested they acquire and use as a gift for this particular lady. You guys have had a busy week of travel. It has been 7 days since you left port of Ararda Co. You are not making landfall at a city or even really a village. It is at best a couple of hermit houses. So our day begins on the 1st of Shadow Run. Did you have to pick up the pencil you snapped?
I low-key don't regret it, but yeah.
Wear it like a badge of pride.
Going to. First of Shadow Run, you said?
I believe so, yes.
Delightful.
The 1st of Shadow Run.
Today is a thing.
And that's just spelled Shadowrun.
It's SHAY space DORUN. They're two different.
DROUN?
DORUN.
Oh,
Shade, yeah, it's not Shadowrun, it's Shadowrun. Dur.
Is this the month right after Fel?
Yes.
Yes, it is. For those of you that don't know, because I was being clever when I named all my months.
Guess how long it took us to catch on? We didn't. He had to explain it to us.
All the months in the year, there is an in-universe reason that they are named as such. For instance, Shadowrun is the Elven translation for Deep Winter. But the rest of them are all named after RPG systems. So Apex, Traveler, Numenera, the month in which things are born, or phases of the day to represent the seasons. So Apex is summer, dawn is spring, dusk is autumn, Fel comes from World of Warcraft, mask is from Vampire the Masquerade. Exalted Champions.
So what we're trying to say to you guys is pay attention, because
It's a meta for the fans at home.
got it. And also for me, because I'm also figuring this out.
Well, I felt like
I knew it.
I had to explain it when you're just like, it's spelled Shadowrun, right? I'm like, well, there's more to it than
Yeah,
that.
I
was being clever.
I understood.
I have no objections.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I, on the other hand, also know no objection. Not a single objection myself.
Delirian.
Mhm.
It's been
It's been some time.
it's been a minute since we've seen you.
Yeah.
Is there anything super important in your downtime that we need to go over?
Just restocking, I think, is the big thing for
Okay.
like actual play purposes. Everything else I can chat with you on.
Please,
downtime stuff.
Yeah.
I'm realizing as we've been talking about this, I'm like, wow, like we've said that a bunch of times and then I've never circled back around. So like all of the gold I would have earned probably over the last like in-game year, just we'll roll it eventually.
Sure.
Someday.
Sure.
But no, mostly it's just restocking. So the last time I was here, we used up a lot of my kit.
Okay.
So probably just working towards restocking any of the healing potions and that kind of fun.
What sort of healing potions do you want?
I mean, we burned through everything.
Yeah.
Legit, I think I have one standard healing potion left. So regulars and graders would be wonderful.
All right, roll me a D6 and a D4.
D6 and a D4. We are gonna do that. No problem. 6 and a 4.
Wow. That is a lot.
Thank you, new dice.
Yeah. Yeah. So you come with 4 greater and 6 regular healing potions.
I love that.
There you go.
That's spectacular.
Oh, at this point, I could just drop the potions, lick them up, and there'll still be more.
We're golden gods.
Good job. What a great roll.
Good way to start off.
Sometimes the dice do like us.
Sometimes.
You guys had left. What else do we need to replenish for you? Any mundane items that you've lost, you can go ahead and reacquire. That's absolutely fine.
No, I mean we ate through those. I had that fancy gel alchemist fire, that like alchemist fire napalm that was super awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty specific.
I don't need to restock that. I know we used that the last time around, but everything else.
Do you want some dust of dryness?
Sure.
What does it do?
It makes things dry.
Sure.
Yes.
Fun.
I'm down.
Have some.
But yeah, other than that, like it's the usual. He wanders off, does the adventuring stuff,
Mhm.
keeps the kit restocked.
Okay.
The usual.
Sounds good. Yeah, the dust of dryness, the kitty litter of
That's right.
I'm only here to absorb wetness.
yeah,
well,
Opposite of what I
if
do.
we have an oil spill, we're gonna fucking need that.
yeah,
Jeez,
exactly.
I'm just saying.
So you guys had set out from Arartico after discovering a couple of things. The split of the Emperor and the reason behind it. The other thing that had been brought to your attention that should be said for other players that were not here on Monday is you guys know that Sathrian Brotherhood has employed what are scrying rooms in the past. The one in Arartico had been destroyed in the Calamity. And so they had been in search of another good one to utilize. Portia and Caliber and Animus being of the mind that it would be better to try to sneak into the maze. We're working on a way to scry for what they had initially assumed was the entirety of the Emperor. You guys have discovered nearly his gem. Because the maze is a maze. It is, getting in there is only but a fraction of the problem. Right. And so they had come by a bit of information by way of Jeremy about the eldritch machine beneath Sanctuary.
Ugh. Is this a spaceship? Is this something else?
Okay.
Is it the spaceship or something else?
It's not a spaceship. It's Eldritch Machine.
This is a spaceship.
It's not a spaceship.
Is it? Am I thinking about the same thing, or is it something else?
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about the thing that turned on and off all the ghosts.
Yes, that is the
Spaceship.
thing.
Not a spaceship.
I know it's not a spaceship.
You guys had also pieced together that artifact was essentially one of the pieces created by the brothers in ancient times to produce the shield, what is often described as the shield, life under the shield, and after the departure of the brothers in the schism, life out from under the shield, something that protected this particular prime material plane from the idiot gods' absent-minded thrashings. These are, it's a powerful artifact. And even though you or individual characters were not there, it is impressed upon you the strength of the device.
So are those three going to Sanctuary?
They're not,
Good.
but they,
They shouldn't even know about it.
Oh, they do.
Jeremy, I know.
but in order,
I
in
know.
order to scry into the maze or punch a teleportation gate or something into the maze,
Right.
you would need something of that strength, of that caliber.
Mm-hmm.
And so Monday night's team thought that was a bit of a big decision to make for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, well, let's go work on getting a sword first.
Yeah.
This
as
is
a
the
solid backup plan.
Well,
just
the
in
last
case.
time we went to Sanctum, it ended up great. For
I was
everybody.
in jail.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't use my word. I was in jail.
Yeah. Suck you up.
I'm more concerned about the Otter Cochrane police flying above us, always watching.
So
Cool.
important things to potentially be discussed. Are there any other downtime activities we need to cover or clear that are important for tonight?
Just so I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Maddie has received a case of wine from Coulter. She's been told to give at least one bottle to Aberin so they can start trading.
Okay.
She has the hand wraps.
Mm-hmm.
And she would like to buy a contract with the Brotherhood.
Okay.
Not for a kill though,
Okay.
but to pay someone to start researching Labrat Pedoris while we're out doing our nonsense.
Understood.
Because
Yeah.
we're going to get around this time again real soon.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well done. Anything else?
oh shit, if they want to go ahead and kill him too, that would be super.
Okay.
Fuck it. Fuck it. What would that run me? Have them go out and kill Labrat Pedoris.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, let's maybe just outsource this. I mean yeah, I got a world to save. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't be dealing with petty shit like getting my own coffee or saving my own soul.
Right.
That's an entry level nonsense. That's what I have assistants for.
Yeah. There you go.
Like, and this is more of an out gameplay just for the scheduling sake.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go through the months so I know exactly when I have to go and meet to be the face of Google. Or as they say on Big Mouth, Jujul. Watch the show and then you will see exactly
So
what I'm talking about. Anyways, so Fell was when I started our contract.
Correct.
So I said I would go every season, essentially. And then by the year, we have to have one new item, at least for them to sell.
Yep.
So Fell is the beginning of the contract.
Yes. So the next time you need to be there is Dawn.
So the next time we need to be there is Dawn.
Yep. So you're in Shadowrun, you have Fate, and then you need to go.
Shay, Fate, Dawn. Okay, and then after that,
It's
at
every 3
Dawn,
months.
Every 3 months.
So Dawn, Traveler, Numenera,
Traveler, Numenera,
What's up with this nonsense?
Apex.
The repulsion shit.
Apex. So Apex is when I need to go back there. So
No, Dawn is
Dawn is when I need to go back.
well, Dawn's the first time you need to go back.
Mhm.
Apex is the second. Dusk is the third, and you need to have something by the time you come back to Fel.
Perfect. May I have after Apex really quick, please?
Champions and Exalt,
Exalt.
then Dusk,
Mhm.
Mask,
That's it.
Savages.
And then it'll start over again.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, keep that up and I'll write it all down. Thank you so much.
You got it.
I realized that we were in a new month and I was like, it's going to be close. Thank you.
It always creeps up on you guys.
Surprise. So just to be clear, Fel, Dawn, Apex, and Dusk are when I need to have my meetings.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
I think we've already discussed the first order.
People can use that today.
Oh, so the thing in Sanctuary? What?
No. It's
Oh,
the
that's y'all.
artificer
Oh.
contract stuff.
Sure.
Tesla's trying to get paid. So they
Right.
can
Bullshit shield.
continue doing their experiments.
Look, I know we got D&D stuff going on, but this is also D&D stuff. Running a business.
That's
like Jujul.
R&D stuff.
Like Jujul is very difficult.
R&D, I guess. Research and development.
All right. Anything else important for downtime before we begin? Okay. You make landfall along a southern cliff. It is an area with steep rises and sharp, jagged rocks. There are a few small fishing huts, mostly abandoned. Looks like seasonal places that people will come. Nothing around here is worth fishing in the dead of winter, but perhaps in spring or summer, setting out traps for shellfish or other small other small fish. You row up a few 100 feet and begin to climb up along the surface. It is yourselves, along with any of the other guild members that are here next week, not here now.
Sure.
We'll just go with that
Yep.
statement for what it is. And going with you is Hallion. And you guys can choose. I'll leave it up to you. Another of the victors to make this trip.
Animus, if I could. I would like to raise that flag. Please be here, healer.
Animus is always.
I know
Also my boy.
if Hal's with us, then we're a 5-party, and that's decent.
Oh no, you were adding. You just said
If
we don't need.
you do not
This
have
is-
to,
This is for tonight, right? Or like it's moving forward.
it
but-
is yeah. So just on the expedition,
Later teams can change their mind. I don't want to rely on the victors.
No,
'Cause we
absolutely.
we did that all throughout Dreadhold, and then that one time. That's right.
So then,
Solarian kept us up.
so we don't want
Cleric
animus
ranger.
this particular
that's just
round.
me.
That's
Because
fine.
I would like to take the training wheels off.
Yeah.
But that again, that is just me.
Sure, let's
Because
go with that.
Hal has to be here.
yeah,
I don't know
no,
what the
he,
fuck this sword is. I don't even know what a sword is.
yeah, he. I'm allergic to swords. I've never heard of a sword in my life.
I was-
I don't want another sword in my presence, especially not one that's going to speak.
Yeah, Hal has to be here. So he.
So then let's keep Hal.
Getting a talking
That's fine. No more swords. Let's speak.
Friend?
No more swords. Let's speak.
You guys begin to travel with Hal serving as the guide. It is a shifting mountain range of frozen winter and wicked ice. It hails or sleets most days, and unless you are resistant to cold, there are plenty of hours in the day in which you fear losing fingers or toes just from the bitter, bitter cold. I would like all of you to make survival checks for me, please.
Here we go again.
Ooh. I like it. Oh, so nice.
14.
Good job.
That's a fat 9.
I love a good 7. It's a little nipply out here, guys.
10.
I should have worn more than this.
That die didn't
Coat.
favor me.
It is brisk. I like it.
Should have also brought gloves. My
Yeah.
artificer gloves.
I'm not mistaken. Aren't you the ranger that never rolls well on survival?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that that kind of ranger?
The dice like to just
Anger.
make my life interesting. That was a 3.
What's it like being a
Starting off
ranger?
here well.
loser?
Start
Oh
well.
my god. Ranger.
Hal rolls a
Better than you.
17
Yep.
plus.
Plus, for what?
No, say it. Say it.
I'm actually having trouble bringing up the sheet right now, so I'm not sure if he
Because
is.
Your eyes can't behold that blazing glory.
It keeps you alive for
Yeah,
the moment.
absolutely.
How's that?
Yeah.
How do-
Mhm.
how about we?
argue with
I got 14. How was that shit?
So
It's not.
I was gonna mention my tents. I gave them all away.
Right before you guys are like, not gonna need these.
Jeez. That's what I get. Research and development. We don't get to keep the stuff. The company does.
Mm-hmm.
That make more
Yeah,
sense.
he's not trained. So he's not trained in survival. He so it's a 22.
Oh.
Can I start using the cantrip produce flame whilst we're walking?
Absolutely. Roll me a intelligence check.
How do I roll another 14?
A 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to restart it a couple of times because at different points, just even though it is a magic flame, the wind and the snow and the cold do extinguish it. And it is something that you can like reproduce.
I just look at it.
Yeah, at some points it is purely like a hand warmer for you. At some points it is a little bit of light and keeping. While you guys are traveling for the first day, it is bitterly cold, and your progress is slow, even for traveling in the mountains. Hal keeps you on course with where you're going, but as far as making progress, you suffer ice slides. Some of the paths are either snowed over, so they can't be found, or they've suffered from their own collapse and rock slides. You end up spending much of the first day making mediocre at best progress. You begin to set up on the first night and look to take watches. How would you guys like to do this?
I can go first.
Okay.
I'll go second.
Yeah, I can take one as well.
I'll take last watch.
Everybody, what are your passive perceptions?
Mine is 16.
Mine is 15.
Archie's is 13.
22.
Okay.
Nice.
And Edison's is 17.
Yeah.
With your pets.
16 from
16. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to find what times to utilize things like passive perception. That
That's a
Watch us
weird
makes
one.
absolute sense though.
no, it
Yeah, it does.
it should be utilized more. Like that should be what I roll against for everything else's stealth.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be I ask you guys to roll for
Perception check.
perception checks. It should be if there's something out there like hiding from you, it should be I roll against your passives.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're making a roll, then you're already alerted.
Oh
to
yeah,
it.
unless,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's us going. I want to look for something
Yeah.
versus
Right.
you
I'm not
trying
the
to
type to
sneak
skin
past.
things.
yeah,
It's-
unless someone
Yeah,
tells
might
you
help.
like, hey, I'm keeping an eye out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's us saying that
Yeah.
we're doing it. Yeah.
While we have dinner that night,
Mhm.
before
Oh, that was
I,
definitely
I tell you guys a story.
Great.
So you can go to sleep with 10 hit points.
Thank you.
Nice.
Good story.
Just in case.
Just in case something wakes us up.
Just in case this goes as south as I think it's going to.
One of our first games that we ever played, we were making camp and we had a fight that night.
Mhm.
One of the first games. And speaking of, oh my God, Keith,
Mhm.
he had this ability to like make like double images of himself. I will never forget that. I remember thinking to myself, what the fuck is that? And then I was like, it's D&D.
Over the course of the night, all of you are able to you keep the fire burning. You listen. You're not sure if you ever necessarily see them. Madeline, you might catch the blues of the eyes of a pack of winter wolves, but you're able to dissuade them at least enough from attacking right now. They don't leave you. They stay probably 200-ish feet away. But you get the feeling that they are stalking or biding their time. Winter wolves are animalistic, elemental in nature, but at least you all would know from you've had some encounters with them in the past. And you're of a strength now that things are not absolutely certain they can kill you.
Right.
Where they begin to
Flexing.
I mean,
Because the Otyugs left us alone in the sewer.
yeah, and
Yeah.
certain animals, things that act off of like an instinctual presence, there's a shift that you guys have sort of noticed where instead of constantly being prey,
We're the predators.
you might be, and so they
Constantly.
yeah. I'm actually I feel like that probably should have happened earlier, but no, I think that there comes a point where there's enough magic and presence on you guys.
Just the smell
Where-
of blood.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
Right,
it's
it's
fine.
fine.
I
The wolves,
wake up.
the
each
wolves stare
morning
you down,
with
and you just kind of
seconds.
look back at them bored, and they're like, "Maybe not this one.
Yeah.
Maybe not."
Yeah, maybe.
It's like that moment where like something like creeps up on you and you just like take out a sword and just
What?
But maybe it's that state that you're at that point where you don't even draw the sword anymore. You're just looking at it, like,
It runs up and tries to bite, but it ends up doing that thing that dogs do, where they just put their mouth on you.
Yeah.
And the rest of the
Nibble,
pack sees
nibble,
it and they're
nibble.
like, oh,
like
okay,
try
that's
me.
fine. No, that's
You
cool.
wanna-
That's cool. Thank
wanna
you. Thank
try
you for your
me?
time.
You wanna-
Yeah.
We'll
I'm
be
bite-
going the opposite
I'm
direction.
biting down as hard as I
and
can.
what I love about that is that the four of us are just asleep. It's just the one dude at a time. Like, just,
Yeah.
that's enough.
You want
The
this
other guys
problem?
are sleeping? No.
You want this problem?
Yeah. So you get the feeling that if any of you were to perhaps fall behind
Mm.
or get injured or sick, much the way they would hunt a buffalo or another large type of prey. So there are things out here in the wild, but
We have to keep the weak ones in the middle. How? We'll circle around.
Oh,
thank you,
Madeline.
Madeline. That's very kind.
You're welcome. I do these things because I can.
I appreciate it.
Can you imagine what I'd do if I didn't?
One can only dream. your second day. Everyone make me survival checks, please.
In the morning, she talks to you.
Thank you for
What? I
lovely
rolled another
conversation.
9. I've rolled 3 straight 9s.
Are you rolling the same dice?
No.
9, 9, 9, 9.
9, 9, 9.
Fuck your dick.
Oh no. 10.
9.
Oh,
With
weird.
modifiers. Yeah.
Oh.
Dice are going the opposite direction.
1 for 3.
The second that he mentions we could be tripping and getting ourselves cut and sick.
I got you.
These wolves are best
Because
friends.
we put Hal in the middle.
Mhm.
Damn it.
Let me hit some things.
We're
We'll come back.
dimming his light. He's a bright, shining light in the wilderness.
I would like you guys
Yep.
to roll me dexterity saving throws.
Which dice
Not
do
with
I
you.
use this time? If I roll a 9 on the ever rolling dice, I'll be very upset.
Ooh.
28.
19.
Nice.
I rolled the opposite of a die, 6. So that's a 6.
Okay. Archie got something higher, but I got a 19.
Oh yeah, I got
19?
roll for Edison.
That big old dog.
Yeah. Edison rolls a what is it?
17 plus.
A 18.
Our animals are doing
16.
better than
16. Tesla and Delirian. DC of 18. Who got an 18 or above? I think that's everybody except for you two, if I'm not mistaken. Great. There is as you guys are making your way across another stretch of cliff face around one of the bends, the snow gives out from underneath you as some of you realize what you had thought was a wider shelf was really just sort of frozen ground, and just by sort of walking on it gives way. You two are beginning to fall from the side of this cliff face.
Can
Why don't you guys flip for initiative, and we'll see just how quickly things are
You know,
happening.
I told myself,
I wasn't gonna cry.
I told myself, like, I don't need to prepare fly. I could prepare haste instead. That'll
Haste is
work.
still good.
Haste is
Yeah.
a great spell.
I mean,
Oh,
I
would you look at
do
that?
have winged boots.
I have it, but I've never used it.
Sure, you just got to turn them on first. Just the action to turn them on.
Yep.
Okay. Who's above a 10? Okay. What do you have?
Oh, he has an ace.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
Of course. There's nothing really I can do except is there anything like a wall of ice around me?
So you're
Or
like
is it just me
in
in-
avalanche.
Okay.
You're grabbing at things, but what you're grabbing is just either snow or slush that is pouring down over you.
Okay.
You don't have a great field of vision because you are getting hit with snow slide. I wish I had more adjectives for that, but
Let's see.
Who
What-
isn't getting what you're saying? Which one of you is not understanding this?
One of you motherfuckers from Florida doesn't understand what a snow slide is. Raise your hands.
Then
It's okay.
I think what I'm gonna try and do is as I'm falling,
Yeah.
I'm just going to like draw Optimus, throw out I'm just gonna like draw Optimus, like throw out a quick produce flame, just like melt the ice in front of me and just try and jam it into any type of solid ice
Sure.
shelf that I can
Okay,
as I'm like
sounds good. Make an athletics check for me.
this hasn't screwed me yet today.
I'm your friend. I'll never screw you.
It's only a 13 on athletics.
Okay, so you go to strike out, you turn the blade over, you stab, and just as you think you find purchase, your arms peel through, and you sort of roll
Okay.
in the fall. There's just nothing there for it to grab. Anything else?
There's not. I don't think there's anything else I can do on that turn.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I don't have anything else.
Okay, Madeline.
Mm.
Okay, so they are starting to fall. If you
Mhm.
have like a rope or something, you
I
want
have a
to.
whip.
You have a whip.
Oh,
Okay.
it's that thunder whip.
Here we
I-
go again.
It's not Thunder Whip because do I have to attune Thunder Whip?
I don't remember
We
us-
have not decided.
We haven't really
I think
discussed
you
it.
do. Yeah, I think we are going to have to
'Cause,
attune
I don't know.
Thunder Whip.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, you can still use it as a whip.
Yeah.
Great.
I might be the only person who does whip, but we have more people coming.
Okay.
And I
So
feel
it's a
confident
martial.
that someone else could whip.
Sure.
Of
Make
course, I don't
martial
have that
weapon.
written down, so I don't know what the fuck. So it's just Dex plus proficiency.
Yeah, Dex plus proficiency.
Bang to me, sister.
Believe in me that believes in you.
Okay. 26.
What is your armor class?
My armor class is 19.
Awesome. Make a Dex saving throw.
Here we go. One more
Just
time.
add
Everybody's
that.
feeling fine.
Using
That's a
2d8.
6.
That's a 6.
Yeah.
I'll give you. I'll give it a chance. You go striking out at him, and Tesla, I'll give you a choice. You see her sort of sliding down the top of the snow. The whip comes cracking out. If you drop Optimus, you can grab the whip.
Hard pass.
I draw.
No.
That's fair.
No,
So I'm
no.
I'm
This
gonna
is
reach out and make a concerned moan.
yeah. Okay. So 10 is what we set as just you guys falling. Oh, you have a queen? Great, go for it.
Boots, the wind boots.
You turn on the boots.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Make me another deck save.
Sure thing. 19.
19. Okay. So you turn on the boots. You are no longer falling. You start trying to dodge the larger chunks of ice and rock and things that are falling down towards you. That is 28 half to 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
You take a bit of a beating and you do slide a little bit more, but you're no longer in free fall.
Cool. Works for me.
Okay. You had below a 10?
I had an 8.
An 8?
Mhm.
Go for it.
Reaction, feather fall.
Okay.
So at the least I can be like, don't actually hurt yourself.
Yeah. So you do catch Tesla with feather fall. So no longer falling to your doom far below. You are, however, going to take the full 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Just from the
Feather
ice
fall.
and the rocks and all of that stuff that is falling down on you guys.
As Tesla's like slowly floating down, being pelted by this, they're
Mhm.
saying, "Never again will I not prepare fly."
Spell. It
Before
is-
you gently descend the entire distance, I'm sure Delarian with the
Run down and
winged boots can,
Yep.
can pull you back up. You guys make your way back up, and Hal is there. He's a good job.
Yeah. Up top. Boom.
It's the dark version of the clap because it's so morbid. I shouldn't have said dark. Morbid version.
He sort of looks around, and you can see the snowfalls and everything that's happened around here. I hate to be that guy, but you all don't seem super good at mountaineering.
We had a bad day.
I
People have
want
bad
my
days.
forge.
It's a couple of bad days in a row. But
You have to. Okay, some are worse than others.
that's true. No, listen, it could be worse.
That's right. It could be raining.
Kind of.
Looking desperately for wood. It's like, welcome.
Just a little piece of Tesla.
I'm just like,
What is this superstition? Like, yes.
So so far you guys have made 0 progress of the 7 days of progress you need to make. And so he's reconsidering at this point. He's going, I don't want to be cliche about this,
What?
but maybe we need to go through the mountains rather than over them.
Dope. Do we know what
That-
is in these mountains?
I'm okay with underground.
That was an option.
It's not a good one.
Because it's longer.
It's longer. It's more dangerous. And last I heard, the Underdark was burning. So
Oh, that's probably fine. Is there anything else that makes it dangerous, like
all the things that live under there.
in the Underdark?
Well, in the mountains, not technically in the Underdark.
Right, like so like what?
I make a nature check.
Oh,
No, he makes a nature check. I'm asking him. He's the one that's gonna pull up the fucking information.
Okay.
She said lovingly.
He rolled a 7.
Ooh, I rolled
Um,
13.
we've recently been there. Can I make a history?
Nature, because
Nature's the
you're
one.
you're actually not going into. If you
'Cause it's
went
not
through the
Underdark.
mountain, you would not be going into the Underdark.
Oh,
Right.
understood.
He just
understand
mentioned
that.
that the Underdark is burning.
Can I also do a nature check?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody can.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
guys. It's a 13.
22.
Ooh, girl.
18.
18, 22.
Okay.
These are all better than his 9.
13.
13. Yeah, he doesn't have a great sense of what is down there.
So you know it's spooky, but you don't know what make it spooky?
Lots of potentially dragons.
Yeah, 22.
22.
I
You
did.
did.
Great
Yeah.
job. In mountains, dragons are always a possibility. They are, especially in secluded places like this, white dragons, silver dragons. Those are both strong possibilities.
Chromatics.
The other or red dragons
No.
are also
in snow.
Only
in mountains.
chromatics.
Oh, mountains get warm.
yeah, in mountains specifically.
That's fair.
These are Arctic mountains, so you're not sure. Mountains are the dangerous ones. Frost giants
I was gonna say
are another big possibility.
blue dragons are ice, or are they lightning?
They are lightning, white dragons.
What's
I'm thinking about white dragons.
Yep.
You're right. Thank you.
Um,
I just heard you.
giants of any number of kinds. Ettins, trolls. These are all
Possibilities.
basilisks.
I'm down.
Well,
He's already going into. Are we not? I'm sorry. Are we not going? I'm confused. No, that's
Favorite
fine.
terrain, some favorite enemies. Let's do it.
You
Yeah,
do
we're
get
not-
pluses there.
We're not doing great out here.
yes, I do not care for this mountaineering nonsense.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
The bot decided it.
If
Lead a bot, I love it.
now knowing the knowledge that I know and the things that I know, Jurek would, and this is not an Eduardo move, but it's more of a Jurek thing. He would suggest trying one more day, only to see if we get better. But if we're making 0
It's been
progress,
2 days.
Eduardo's like, nah.
you guys are getting to the end of the second day.
You
You
can
are
shoot
you
direct
are
out.
going
That's what I'm
places, but basically every time you start going towards your goal, something happens. You're like, well, we got to backtrack and let's try a little further.
Mhm.
All right, we're gonna go right,
Mm-hmm.
and so you guys just have not made.
Shoot Jurek down. guys.
Progress.
Just tell him like, nah, daddy. let's go
Nah,
a different-"
Daddy. Let's go through the mud.
Agreed. Eduardo is down. I just had to play a Jurek.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fair.
Drake brings up the option for another day. Hal is whatever's going to actually make progress. So, and with the rest of the team looking to get there as soon as possible.
Mhm.
On we go.
Prefer the caves.
Okay. Another survival check on this day as you guys attempt to basically get down into the cave.
Let's try a different dice.
This one I will give you advantage because you are not attempting to cross the mountains. You're just trying to get down in one piece.
18.
22.
Nice,
This is
nice.
nature.
18.
Finally rolled
Nice.
decent.
Finally.
He's like, let's get out of the cold.
Wait, I can get off the mountain?
19.
19.
That's good.
Great. As is Hal, 19.
This
You
we like
guys,
way more.
yeah, you make it into the caves, into the cave network by the end of the day. You are able to actually set and keep a fire on the night of your camp. Night passes seemingly without incident as you guys keep watch. Once you make it to the cave system, your winter wolf hanger-ons seem to leave you behind. They much past the mouth of the caves they don't particularly care for. So, day 3. This is now the 4th of Fel.
Mm-hmm.
You guys begin to
Run.
Shadowrun. Thank you. Yep. 4th of Shadowrun. You guys begin to travel through the cave network. I'd like you all to make me a survival check.
14.
Favorite time.
That's a 10.
23.
6.
Okay. Because this is Delarian's favored terrain, you guys can travel at a faster pace without slowing down.
Nice.
So it makes it easier and progress begins to come much better. Between Hallian and Delarian, you guys are able to make some solid progress on this day. I would like all of you to roll me a percentile, please.
Thank you for some time.
5.
20.
10.
93.
Thanks, Tesla. At least take us out of there. Yeah. I should write that down.
2 days in the mountains, first day in the Underdark. You've done 3 days.
Oh, so 3 days instead of 4. Okay.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're the 3rd of Shadowrun.
You
We traveled on the 1st. We traveled on the 2nd. This is the 3rd day?
3rd day.
Okay.
Yep, I said the wrong day.
I'm that.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Travel through the mountains is solid. You guys are making good progress. You find that there are a variety of different sort of warrens, dens of mountain-born things. You guys easily identify a couple of troll warrens. They seem either abandoned or that the bulk of the population is out hunting or foraging.
Mm.
You could stick around, but you don't see much of a reason to. You didn't come here to kill trolls. You have bigger problems to get through. You proceed. Yeah.
Do I see any signs of any other humans or what should I say? Anybody else traveling?
No one seems.
With the trolls, they're
these are
going
not.
out to
Yeah,
hunt.
these are not heavily traveled pathways.
Awesome. Thank you.
So your first day through the mountains goes extremely well, followed by the second. You guys keep watch. Again, it is a good day of travel. You're able to set up watches. Delarian leads you through most of it. You find evidence. What are your passive investigations?
Passive investigation.
Mhm.
Just investigation by itself. Is that what that means?
10 plus
That's
your modifier.
Oh, good.
17.
25.
Nice.
Good job, buddy. 19.
19.
Just 12.
As you guys are walking, there are signs of 3 particular civilizations here. There is the trolls, There is what seems to be, if not imperial, a civilized group of individuals. Looks to be made up of orcs and dwarves, based on the construction of their weapons, the clothes, the different bones that you see. It is the best parts of the empire succeeding at putting to bed what would in other places be long-term racial biases, conflagrations. The other thing that you guys can find is that there is a giant population here, a frost giant population. They seem to stick closer to the surface, but they do have some homesteads in near the surface of the mountains, so relatively close. You guys being so much smaller than them, mostly more like, I don't know, doggy doors. Really, when you come across evidence of them. But as you are going, it is day 3, easily traversed. Day 4, you're able to forage for food.
To ask.
Yeah.
For you said there were some weapons, debris. Are there any hand axes from the dwarves?
Yeah.
Left over.
You can find a hand axe. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll pick one up.
Yeah. What you see seems to be small skirmishes between either hunting or raiding parties. And being this deep in winter, you guys know that trolls specifically are notoriously poor planners. So they are essentially, whereas these other civilized races have probably stored food for the winter, trolls are out and hunting.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Day 4 goes by without a hitch. Day 5. On day 6, however, what was the highest of your percentile rolls?
93. That's when a silver dragon comes out.
It's always the question of when it's high or low.
It's not going to be a metallic. It's a chromatic.
It's going to be chromatic.
As you-
Dragon we could talk to. Apologies.
You're fine. You're fine. As you guys are traveling, the cave opens up into a smaller expanse, about the size of a football field down below. Imagine a stadium or so, and you guys are on the lower bowl, or a smaller, like, arena, for instance. Down below, you can see the smolders of flames that are just going out. The smell of rotten, burnt flesh hits your nose very easily, very quickly. You guys can make perception checks if you would like.
Ooh, 19.
27.
14. Oh, there's nothing. Not better. No Archie.
25.
25.
Thank you, favorite terrain.
Mhm.
You guys look down into the field and you see that there are a dozen, maybe 18 trolls whose corpses have been arranged and burned. There is what languages do you guys speak?
It's been a while. Common, undercommon, and Elvish.
Abyssal, common, draconic, and primordial.
Common and Elvish.
Oh, primordial. And thieves can't.
Draconic. You see lined up in and among these, the way the trolls have been arranged. From one angle, it says in Draconic, "Keep out."
Well, it appears as if this is a warning sign, and something that could take on this many trolls is very dangerous. So I believe that since it's written in Draconic, it is either one of two things. It is either kobolds trying to pretend that they are much more dangerous than they are, which, if there's this many dead trolls, I highly doubt it. And if the other option is that there is a whole dragon that is waiting on the other side.
Well, Dragonborn also write and speak in Draconic. So there's a third option.
Or some
But they
crazy
don't-
ass hermit that speaks Draconic. You speak Draconic. Oh shit, are you a dragon? Have you actually been useful this whole time? It would explain your smugness.
My personal
Are we your
concern.
horde?
My God, yes, please. My personal concern comes down to, do we know if a dragon would normally do this? Or if someone would do this that is not a
I
dragon?
mean, dragons are pretty fucking extra.
But do they have the will to create all this extra
Maybe.
with their claws?
They can usually transform into other things.
Oh, you are correct. I have heard about that. Yes.
Or they have followers that do it for them. Maybe they
Kobold
got them to self-emulate
followers.
in Just everyone lie down real quick in this pattern. When you speak Draconic, no, thank God. Okay, so you don't know what this means, and then just set them all on fire. There's a lot of options here, none of which are really
Trolls,
helpful.
they're dumb enough to fall for it.
But
I
they
don't
couldn't read Draconic.
I
They're
don't
also asking
think-
us to be able to read the
I don't
keep
think
outside.
kobolds are smart enough to do this. That's just me.
That's fair.
You guys don't have a lot of
Kobold friends.
evidence of kobolds.
And we don't have a lot of
Oh, true.
evidence of kobolds.
Trolls, giants, orcs, and dwarves.
Okay.
That is what we have seen.
Mhm.
All right. Well, you said draconic, and I'm a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's use primeval awareness to get a feel
Oh.
for what kind of
Ooh.
stuff is within
Forgot you-
6 miles of me because we're in favored terrain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rangers are
What
fucking
can
broken.
you detect in 6 miles?
For the book, I can detect whether they are there, but it doesn't reveal the location or number specifically, just the presence of aberration celestials, dragons, elementals, fey fiends, and undead.
There is a dragon. There's a dragon about 5 miles away.
Okay.
Looking at the field down below, it looks as though there is a primary entrance towards what may be its lair down amongst that field.
So are we guessing fire? So red or what? Gold?
Gold.
Seems much more like a red to
This
slaughter
is a-
things and use them as a
This is a
warning
very
decoration.
So I'd like to look at Hal, who's probably standing there like,
Yes, you're right.
classic casual Superman pose.
casual Hal.
Always.
Hallian, my sweet, sweet dear friend.
Yes.
I don't know what languages you speak, but as you can hear, draconic, dragons, and possibly colors, all kinds of things happening. So, my question to you, do you know exactly where the sword that we're looking for is? Do you have a beep, 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 beep sensor for it?
Well, we have to get to the High Moon Temple.
Oh, is it?
We're still a few days away.
Is it a way we can completely bypass this dragon situation?
If we backtrack a day. But there are a few things I have opinions on.
Mhm, mhm.
The
I mean, I've seen you fight a dragon. You fought a dragon.
I have.
There was a dragon.
That was less of a dragon, more of a idea.
Oh,
Anyway,
terrifying.
the red dragons would sooner enslave trolls, take them as supplicants. We probably wouldn't have evidence of civilized races that weren't dedicated to a red dragon on its territory. The fact that there's a warning and not purely traps would suggest to me that it's probably some form of metallic.
That's what I thought too.
Can I have an Oreo?
You
So,
can.
Do you
I
believe?
wasn't fucking asking you. Hal, you might be the almost lunaticus, but these are not your Oreos.
You
They're
may have
mint.
multiple
They have
Oreos
their
if you'd like.
circles, but they're not your Oreo. Thank you.
Would you like one?
Notice
I
how
would,
it took multiple
please.
before you gave me permission.
Would
Jeez.
so Tesla would just turn to. Do you believe that there's the opportunity for diplomacy, and that we may be able to?
Can I ask something?
Yes, of course.
Is it because we're based in the city of temples? When did you all become so fucking diplomatic? Since when can't you just run in and stab a dragon?
Ever since.
Call me old-fashioned.
Oh my god damn it.
Thank you. Why are we always trying to talk to things? I talk better than anybody here, and I am not on board with that as a first plan of attack. Is it me? Am I the monster?
I think it depends on what you're trying to talk to.
Well,
Sometimes
some-
it seems like a terrible idea, but you guys love doing it.
Okay, well, you're lumping us all. You're seeing us all in one color, and I would appreciate it if you put us into the talky, non-talky bits.
Huh.
There are
Alright.
some of us that much prefer action over words.
All right.
No words.
It has always been my opinion that it is best to have a plan before taking action. And
We plan to stab it.
do you know what a gold dragon is? If you know what a metallic dragon is.
I no.
Can I roll religion?
Yeah, what are you looking for in religion?
If I know whether or not Tiamat and all that and the color scheme and why
Sure.
certain things are not as bad as other, though they're
Yeah,
all
go ahead and
bad.
roll it.
They're all terrible.
No. What?
It's a 12. Do I know the basics?
Yeah. There are basics. You know Bahamut, you know metallics, you know Tiamat, you know
Chromatics.
chromatics. And the basic is that there is a greater dragon above them,
Oh, that I didn't know. personally.
known as the Worm King.
Oh, of course.
And
Terrible.
that is the one known exception to Ulbricht's crusade.
Actually,
You know, I'm good.
You know,
I'm good.
you
We're
know,
good.
I'm
I
writing
don't
this
want this
down.
problem.
Yeah, we're good. We're
No,
good.
no smoke from you, sir. We will be
The
just
war-
fine.
The Worm King is imprisoned in the Arcadian Straits.
That's not our problem. It's not even a
I
random problem.
agree.
That's just full up not our problem.
But I
Hard
didn't
hat.
know this until right now.
It's come up in other games.
So metallic dragons are not inherently evil like their chromatic counterparts. If this was a chromatic dragon, I would certainly say stab it and kill it and run away
Sure.
and take all the stuff in its hoard. Of
Sure.
course.
Oh, ooh.
However, this is because we may be dealing with a metallic dragon. It is much less likely that violence is its first option. That is the only reason why, in this case, I believe diplomacy is best served.
All right.
It may also be able to help us get there a little quicker.
What he said.
So if we sweet talk the dragon, we can fly it?
If
it's willing to do that.
I'm also willing to fly a dragon
'Cause
in
I was
lieu
not
of
on
stabbing
board until...
one. Both
And let's be honest,
options
I'm level
are
13.
pretty
A
good.
mount has been earned.
I'm just saying it's risk and reward, man. I mean,
And of course,
there's no guarantee it'll fly us there, but
if talks go poorly, then we kill them. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like it should be on a card that I carry.
If talks go poorly, then we kill things.
Ranger.
So, hearing all that, I would like to head towards the scorched up bodies.
Yeah.
And check if there's anything there that is surviving the scorch.
no.
Oh, good.
Scorched earth
Absolutely.
policy.
Yeah, no. You guys descend down to the field. You can see where the entrance is.
Were the bodies dragged or
That's the other question.
sort of like a crane?
Did her friends, because they usually have friends of some kind, make this? Because easier. Dragon claws anywhere?
Yeah.
Make an investigation check. Sure. Go for it.
I can kind of do that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ooh.
27.
Nice.
17.
Nice.
23.
23.
15.
Even still. All
Kind of
good.
hard to hide dragon.
So there are some marks of dragon claws, but they are not where the bodies have been arranged. It looks like whatever battle took place here was done. It did in draconic form, and then they were arranged. They do not look dragged. They look plopped, but
Magic.
it's a good possibility if either it hovered and like
Yeah,
picked
it's
them
like
up
it
and
either
dropped them.
Claw machine them.
Yeah, claw
or-
machine them or telekinesis. The magic spell telekinesis could have easily been used for it.
But it doesn't look like a million little critters were like, we'll help, master. And like,
No, you see the tracks of the trolls, and you can see where the scuffle, where the battle had taken place here. It's high enough ceiling for the dragon to have been able to fly. You can see that there are large stone doors at that entrance. They're about 100 feet deeper into it.
oh,
And there's like the big field. It's a big door too. A large dragon would be able to walk out of it with like,
So it wouldn't have to
Success.
like
it wouldn't have to
change itself before.
scrunch up. No, like
Ah.
it could really do the full dragony
Okay.
walk out.
That's what you look for in real estate.
Full dragon-y walk.
do door. Now
But-
that I see these magical.
I will also let you know, you do see occasionally along the edges, like when you guys are coming down, other footprints of small races, but none of them get into the field. They sort of go,
Still there.
Schmaz.
All right.
they see it, they read the sign, and they went, cool.
Oh, keep out. Oh no, we should probably not be here,
That's,
guys. That's a smart thing. Let's go around the mountain to get to the temple. Said the earlier team.
This is not how I want to get to my worship space. Walking through a dragon den.
So you guys see all of that. What would you like to do?
Giant doors.
Yeah.
Cool.
You make your way down to the doors,
Mhm.
through the end of the field. There is, they are simple stone, but they are carved very, very well.
They fine, but they simple.
Yeah. They're not super ornate. They don't have like a mural on them or anything like that, but they do have, they kind of have like trim and just sort of like a fun pattern
Cool.
through
So
them.
there are no words on here like
No words.
this is Sissy's house. Like
Right.
no name of a
So
dragon.
there's no
Um,
mural of like the
Well,
one
what
dragon.
did you guys roll on investigation? 20 or above?
27.
Yeah.
27?
22.
You too? Great. There is hidden among the pattern written in Draconic, but you can't find it because you can't read it.
I can.
Oh, you can?
If it's written.
It is written.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I just got to put my goggles on. Hold on. Look, I can read it.
there you go. Goggles come on.
I just can't.
It is written in Draconic that welcome to the home of Dygor the Fast.
Good.
Dygor the Fast.
Wait, it says welcome?
Yep.
But you don't want me to walk in? You said welcome!
It's like we have a welcome mat and
is
then
it-
a
is it
out dog sign by the gate.
Daigor.
Dygor.
Might be a warning for
UIGO.
things that are, less pleasant. It's welcome
Maybe.
to friendlier
This
things
is
than
their way of
trolls.
weeding out.
But, it might have been in another
Maybe this isn't
translation.
Dygor.
It might have said like no solicitation,
Yeah.
right?
Maybe
so
this
It's
isn't
the
Dygor's
dialect
place
is
anymore.
important.
It's yeah.
Maybe they killed Dygor, and this is now this is Rebecca the Burning.
What is it? Rebecca the Retributor? No, that's too hard.
Retributive. I don't know.
Retribute.
Yeah.
One, it was wearing
Sarah
wrong
the
shirt.
Scorcher?
Should have been
Ooh,
Charlie.
Scared the Scorcher's good.
Yep.
Dygor's place, though.
Dygor the Fast one, and then there is a there's sort of a draconic term that is a bit of a double entendre of not quite that way, but has like a dual meaning of like Quicksilver, sort of like the substance, but also the idea of being very fast.
Prideful in this ability.
Yeah. So holds itself in high regard as to speed.
Interesting.
You guys look over. Yep. You guys look over the doors and yeah, they don't seem to be locked.
Push or pull.
They're very push.
Nice.
They're very heavy.
I check for traps.
Yeah, absolutely.
16.
There's nothing mechanical. There do seem to be some wards, but they don't look like explosive glyphs or things like that.
Oh, that's fine.
That you've seen previously.
Okay.
Um,
No fancy water that's going to make me clean from lies.
not that you can
Here we
tell.
go again.
Good to know.
You guys push open the doors, and there is a large antechamber. There's like a vast, giant-sized kind of armoire, chest, and there are some benches of varying sizes. As you guys look, there seems to be a imagine this is like a coat room
Mhm.
for races that range from giant down to about pixie size. And it's all there's stuff all sort of set up along the sides there, human sized for you guys. Here you do see some claw marks, definitely some dragon claw things, and as you're looking, you can see where the claws shift into bipedal foot.
Mhm. Does the foot size, is it giant? Is it human elf size?
Humanoid, medium sized.
So the door said welcome.
Mm-hmm.
The corpses said stay out.
Mm-hmm.
We're in.
A fancy coat room for lots of
Fancy
races.
This is. I'm getting a lot of mixed signals. in
I'm
this
wondering
place.
if the dragons,
Or lonely.
I don't.
Well,
I mean, there's only one way we're going to find
Yes.
out.
Oh,
But
were the corpses? I forgot to. I'm sure we would note that, but were the corpses? Geez, there for a long time, or just like yesterday?
A couple of days.
Recent. Got it.
A long burn smolder.
Oh, still kind of that sizzle crack.
Yeah. You would think, you guys being artificers, whatever burned them, is probably either magical or alchemical. Not necessarily dragon.
Interesting. Notated. Saying it out loud.
Do we want to ask for the master of the house?
Yes. Is there a doorbell that we could ring and
Well,
like starts looking for a cord?
There
or
isn't-
a gong.
There is no doorbell. The hallway is very long. And down at the end of it, you can see there are some small lit, ever burning candles. The light in here is very white. It's very like fluorescent light. It's not terribly homey. It's very magical. The light proceeds down, and there is a. You can hear the wind of a tunnel, just sort of like a big drop off that you can kind of hear rushing.
Ever burning candles. I would
Mhm.
try to take one, and if there's a lantern anywhere, like put it in there.
I'm going to stop you.
Oh.
Oh, it's rude to take from a monster's house.
I think that's fair. I would put it back.
Madeline.
And sometimes those kinds of things will just go out if you move them anyway.
Oh, will they? Can I
Do
trust
you
it?
not have a burning candle?
Not this. No.
Damn it! No, you don't.
This is the one. This is his character that doesn't,
Oh.
and Eduardo loves them so.
It's like, I love
You-
the one character that doesn't have animal handling for me.
I love ever burning candles are my favorite, which is why I was going to grab one. Right now.
I know. We're gonna
You deep down know me.
we're gonna get you so many. Oh my god, we're gonna make a rain of burning candles on
God.
my spread. Maybe we don't take them from the dragon's house that we just
Alright.
broke into. Technically,
That's fair.
All
Man.
right, okay.
Madeline, I am such a fan of your stories.
I already told you one this morning when we woke up. You dipshit! Don't you remember?
I didn't know that. Last
I do
night.
now.
Oh, that one! Yay!
I'm assuming that we get to also heal up from falling. off
Absolutely,
on-
yeah,
It's been a few days.
absolutely.
Yeah. I was like,
Absolutely.
oh yeah, wait a minute. Fix that
No,
notation.
that's for
that's
Mountain damage.
shame damage. Just
When the
stay-
mountain shames you, you stay shamed.
There's a bell that just keeps following you around.
Well, after Madeline wisely, because Drake is like, she's right, and like puts it back. After she wisely stops me, I would like to continue forward. I'm going to keep my goggles on,
Mhm.
and I'm going to keep looking for more signs, more cool things. Maybe they have like a story. No, just walking. I'm trying to get to that
Yeah.
ledge.
You make it to the ledge,
How far down?
200 feet. You make it to the ledge.
Don't jump off, like whatever.
Well, when you get to the ledge, there is an inscription that says, "Those light of heart," and
Here we go again.
Sorry. It's a joke.
Sorry.
Those light apart.
those light of heart will be buoyed by their goodness, while those of ill intent shall fall to their doom.
Cool. More water.
Buoy. I love that word. Thank you.
So, if you're not here to maim and kill directly,
Mm-hmm.
probably safe.
Right.
Probably best if you do the whole talkie.
Well, and Drake is not going to do any more subtle secrets anymore. Saying it out loud, he's going to say, Well, we're really just here to collect something so we can rescue royalty. He's going to shout that into the ether. We're here to help rescue royalty. And he's going to look out into, he assumes is, what does it look like beyond the cliff? Is there winds? Is there like caverns, stalagmites, stalactite,
No,
whatever that is?
it's sort of like a very powerful kind of wind tunnel. Black, smooth, hewn, not naturally occurring. You can't see the bottom. You can't really see the top. Even with dark vision, it only extends about 60 feet. So it is beyond that. But that's as much as you got.
He is going to just look directly up, look down, and he's going to say, well, this is why we're here. He's going to take that first step forward. Oh, am I going to?
I have boots that let me fly. Probably safest if I try it first.
That's fine. I can make myself fly. But if I'm going to trust this sign, I should just jump. So he puts his foot over and he says, I'm here for good intentions. I'm here for good intentions. There's a good reason. There's a good reason. Must save the king. Must save the king. And he's just going to step forward.
Okay. Can I see your character sheet?
Yes, you may.
Oh dear.
Mine's on my laptop. So dumb.
I don't know if he's checking for success or failure.
Don't rip it.
Not yet.
Not like this.
No, you're fine. What is your alignment?
Right now, it is chaotic neutral.
Okay. You guys see Jarek step out into the openness. He falls and then is slowly kind of lifted by the winds.
Oh,
You had to ask, and now I have to write it down.
ready, ready.
I'll follow.
Okay. What is your alignment?
Chaotic good.
You do not fall as far, and you are lifted a bit quicker. You actually pass Jarek on the way. Up.
Oh, okay.
Lifetime of saving people.
I think. Yeah, and myself and Edison will just kind of go on
Your alignment?
neutral.
Okay. Yeah, you similar to Jarek in how much you fall and how quickly you rise. But it's slow. You rise.
Hi.
Hi.
It's rude to ask a lady her alignment.
And yet,
I don't know.
okay.
She's changing. The
Something
change
there.
is upon her.
Okay.
And I never think about alignment anyway. I never know.
It rarely comes up,
I never lock it down.
especially as a mechanical
I
thing.
think that
No, yeah.
Orcus thing had a lot to do with alignment.
Okay.
When
do
it-
I know about
She's
your?
not.
When it comes up, it's super important,
Yeah.
but it does not come up nearly as often as it once did.
She's not.
So,
She's not evil anymore.
okay.
So what's the next one above evil?
Neutral.
She's kind of neutral. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, especially with her rant on like, I don't want you people to die for me, kind of a thing. Definitely elevate her from being chaotic evil, because that would just be like, yeah, screw
Well, no,
you.
she was never chaotic evil. She
Well-
was like, because pirates are lawful evil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
lawful
We
or
have a-
neutral. It's either
we have a-
self-interested or organizational.
We got a
interested.
code, yo.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like,
So I think now it would be like
I
lawful.
can be
neutral.
evil and still not want people to die for me.
Do you feel comfortable calling her evil?
Not now.
That's the question,
No.
right? That's
no.
so Madeline falls much further than you guys would like.
Oh dear.
You guys are
The
like,
kind of thing where I'm prepping to be like, I gotta go get Maddie.
I also ready levitate because I prepared it this time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I prepared levitate, and I'm just like, oh, here we go.
We're about to click these heels and see what I can do.
and then you realize that she stops. She
I've been
doesn't.
chosen.
She doesn't fall.
She legit starts crying.
Aww.
She doesn't fall the entire way. She doesn't have a long fall.
Whew. Whoa.
And Hallian will sort of wait.
Goes right up. Yeah, we fucking get it.
He kind of waits and he makes sure that you're coming up. And then so he sort of steps out.
Hallian with the assist.
His foot doesn't even get up. Like, even barely steps off. It's just, no, please, you're good. Come up, come up.
It actually brings
He-
him higher.
He just
than
steps into
everyone
the
else.
elevator, man. He's good.
If he could have teleported there, they would have allowed it.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys pass the test and you continue your climb. When you get towards the top, it is very much like an elevator. And once you get past about 60 feet in either direction, well, you don't know what's down there. But once on your way up, you get past about 60 feet. There are little kind of like little alcoves, little step offs. But most of those are not lit, and they have doors, and they're very small ledges. So none of them really seem like the right place to kind of stop. You do see up ahead another larger cavern. Could accommodate a giant. A fully grown dragon would have a unpleasant time in there, especially with the wings. Yeah, but that is where you guys sort of step off, helping each other onto the concrete and begin making your way down these hallways. It is very well laid out and it is structured not like a natural cavern. It is straight and like tees off into rooms. As you guys are traveling, make just your perceptions are fine. Nothing is terribly hidden. But if you would like to look for something in specific, you may. As you guys are traveling, though, you can search for traps as you go.
While she's doing that, I want to, because Drurik is getting this feeling that this dragon didn't build this themselves, and they're accommodating a lot of races in here, which is weird because the dragon would be like, "Yo, this my house, that's it," from what he knows. So, who could have, in his mind? So I don't know, history, religion, whatever, but who could have built this other than a dragon?
Sure, make a history check.
I'm just kind of
21.
taking in the scenery.
21.
Okay, so is right there. Oh, I have more than that, so that's good. 8 plus 9, 17.
17.
Mhm.
Cloud giants, maybe.
Mm.
They're very good architects. Dwarves, potentially, although it doesn't have any of the telltale signs of dwarven architecture. Humans, potentially, but it looks older than their civilizations would have developed. Dragons through magic could have easily created
Dragons and magic,
this,
I didn't think
or mages in general. Those are elves, but they don't really do a lot of underground
Yeah.
work. So just based on those implications right there,
Okay, cool.
Madeline, you do find that there are some traps, but none of them seem to be engaged. You can tell most of the doors have some form of trap or lock on them.
Have they been triggered or just
They're just not on.
someone had?
Somebody hasn't hit the button.
Okay.
And there are some in the hallway too, but those haven't been engaged as well. Like you can see the pressure plates and where they would be and things like that. But instead of being in a position where they could be triggered, they're already
Indented.
been like, the button is down.
Nobody's turned on the security system.
Exactly. The first couple of rooms that you guys pass you can tell are workshops. There are
Weird.
shops of tinkering, of smithing, of
I would like to gather any tools.
Yes, I am.
I have a bag.
Tesla is
But then I think about it and I'm like, she reminds me of the stealing, and I go, "Ugh," and I put it all down.
I do
I would
Tesla
like
looks
to.
and sees if
Doesn't mean I
there's any
do.
like schematics left out or anything like that that may like they could like take notes on or something like that.
Yeah, there were. So there's a blacksmith shop. There is the tinkering area. There is an enchanting room. There's a scribing room. There's an alchemy
weird. I don't
room.
know what's happening.
What would you?
So they would like to start. 'Cause this is like their heaven. Sorry, guys.
No, Drake is down with what's happening. Again,
I think the first one that they would look at would be the blacksmith
Okay,
shop.
sure. What you're looking for schematics?
imagine all the tools. that he
Just
would have.
anything of interest. Like
Sure,
not,
roll me-
not necessarily,
Roll
like,
me a. I'm gonna tell you what to roll in just a second. It's probably gonna be a D10.
Roll me a
Okay.
knives check.
Yeah, roll me a D10.
anything I add to it, or just
Just straight to
5.
That's the wrong one. There is a schematic for a it's a dwarven axe, but it is far beyond anything that you have seen. The gems that are involved, the metals, the alloys that are noted on here. This is something that is make a intelligence based blacksmithing check.
Okay. Intelligence-based blacksmithing check, right?
Yep,
17.
17.
Not proficiency.
7%.
We're so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I rolled a 2.
Oof. Well, great job. I mean,
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
I
proficiency,
got
it's
plus 15.
yeah. Maybe with a month, you could figure this out.
Okay.
But it is half enchanting, half forging, and it is an amalgamation of many different skills.
So I
Interesting.
won't take the schematics,
Mhm.
but I will like take note of where they were
Sure.
and then move on to the next room.
Okay.
Are there any actual examples of such weapons?
There are, so in the blacksmithing area, there is there are some axe heads. There are some blades, some hilts. A lot of the things that are made here are one immaculate, but none of them seem to be completed. They're in states of mostly done or in the process of. Looks like somebody that starts a lot of projects and finishes very few.
Been there.
Or if they finish them, they don't keep them.
Yeah.
So
This is like
Really
This is like-
gorgeous stuff that's not like I could pick up a blade and be like, damn, this would be spectacular, but like it's not attached to anything.
right, but
There's no handle.
it's got a wide
Yeah.
tang, but there's no handle, there's no pommel, there's no
Yeah.
hilt. But the blade itself is
Yeah.
perfectly done.
so it's like so this is also Tesla's like dream and nightmare all at the same time.
Well done.
It's that meme of getting gas, and it's like $19.99 for the price, but the amount of gas is, or it's like $20 for the gas, but you're like $9.99 for the amount of gas. It's like you could go up one or the other, but either way, it's gonna be fucked. It's
It's
that.
like
I just want gas.
It's just a buzzing.
yeah, it's just like all of their anxiety is just
So,
building.
because I watch you. At first, I go into that tinker room and I'm like, yes. And then I think about the candle. I'm like, no. So, like, I watch you. I see that you don't take anything. I see that you, like, notate it really in your mind. This is weird. This is cool. I keep thinking to myself, no. Something keeps clicking in Drake's head. No. So he's going to walk out of the room and go, hello? your workshop's nice. And then he's gonna like do one of the horse blinder things and be like, this is all very nice. And he's gonna keep going forward.
Make a performance check.
I'm just admiring craftsmanship and putting things back. Like,
It's a
I'm going-
6.
I'm going to follow direct.
He's obviously bad at it.
Okay.
It's a 6. I wasn't really hiding it. I'm
This
going
is
to
very
leave.
nice.
Nice.
When Hal sees Jurek starting to do the yeah, he's gonna kind of poke his head into the blacksmith shop. Guys, I think Jurek's having an episode. We should probably stick with him.
Yeah,
I'm
So-
there. I'm there. I've reached the limit that Hal can take.
As they're moving, he just like, but no.
Hal's like,
I got him.
Hal's got
the.
It's like when you're trying to take like your kid out of the toy store,
right.
and they're just like, no,
No.
all
And
those
the other
Come
kids
on,
running into
let's go.
traffic, and
Yeah.
you're like, no.
but I don't want to leave.
We can always
Yeah.
come back and visit. And like he keeps going.
Okay.
I think he's getting I don't think he's ever met a dragon, but he knows enough about no dragons are really a secret in this world. They exist.
They do.
And
yeah.
they like things.
They do.
And Jurek also likes things, but he knows not to take things because of good examples. So now he's like, wait a second. It's like, yeah, antsy is probably a good word. He's
Sure.
like,
A little agitated.
yeah.
You guys continue down the hallways past the workshops. There are libraries past.
This is like an artificer's heaven. This is terrible. Why would you do this to me?
they
All
already
the-
shattered
all
my
the
dreams.
honey
The swords
pots.
are incomplete. Let's keep going.
All the honey pots are just right there.
Sure keeps thinking, I can read anything. Just like freaks out.
Yeah, past the libraries, there look to be different. These are more behind like magical sort of force walls, where you can see. It's like you're seeing part of his hoard,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like looking through an aquarium, like through the bottom.
Beautiful. I love that.
So,
It's books though,
um,
or knowledge.
well, so the libraries those are rooms, like you
Oh,
can go
okay.
in there.
Okay.
The hoard part is more like the traditional.
Like golden shit.
Gold.
Yeah, gold, art, pottery. There are some. You do spot some like weapons in there. Like there's definitely stuff that he's just been like, throw it.
It's shiny.
Throw it
Yeah.
on the pile.
Throw it on the pile. This is mine. And as you guys are getting, you're probably nearing the end. You go walking past. Somebody roll me a D100 or 2D20. Give me 2D20.
Ooh, fancy.
Adam or separate?
Adam.
23.
23. Okay. Yes, plus sneak attack.
One day you're gonna roll a 20 for damage, and I'm just gonna allow it.
So I crit on the damage too. I don't know how I did that.
Jeez.
We do Megan. It's time for bed. Megan has sundowned.
I think
It's
we've
no longer
reached.
an active verb. It is finished.
Look, I want that episode clipped, memed. Just the end. I'm rolling 20s for damage now, guys. I'm just
Boom!
level 20.
That's what level 20 looks like. Maybe I'm doing
Jeez.
that now. Just no one knows. I'm really not. You've seen me roll. It's like 4 damage.
As you guys are walking past, you see a human height person with a sort of aurora of little silver spikes that kind of orbit their head, similar to an Ioun stone, but there's multiple, and they don't really orbit so much as like
Cover.
float.
Oh.
Yeah. They have dark hair, long braided down their back. It is, yeah, they are very attractive in general. They're probably 6'3".
That is an attractive height.
Yes. They're wearing, it's definitely robes. It's clothes. It's closed up top, sleeves. They're a little more form fitting, and all of that is silver.
I'm feeling
Trimmed.
dark-haired Thranduil.
Sure. Yeah. That's sort of silver and trimmed in black. And they're the toggles on there where it closes.
The clasps.
Yeah. It's not really clasps. It's like an old school toggle on a string.
Oh, okay.
Those pieces are made of like obsidian, which is sort of like an ebony gem.
Ooh.
Threaded through there.
Some call it a black gem.
Yeah. Threaded through there, and they have dark pants on underneath. They don't wear any shoes. And as you guys are sort of walking by, you notice this person standing, looking at the horde that is beyond sort of the glass and the force wall and all of that. And you see them kind of, and he'll raise his hand and kind of like shake it, and like stuff will move, and it's you see him sort of like kind of looking for something, but kind of not quite, a little more like Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh my god.
Where yeah, so it's kind of like he kind of turns it and like stuff will fall and he's shaking.
Sword, knife, scroll, like
and all the coins, and it's like all in there, and he's like,
I love it.
That's not it.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
So, God, you sound so much like.
I'm sorry, who?
No, don't remember his whole name.
Huh?
We did. We got the whole thing. Everything. Sorry. We terribly sorry to be trespassing.
Oh no. If you've made it this far, you're doing great.
Oh,
Good job.
phenomenal. Are you Dygor?
I am Dygor.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, sir. My name is Captain Madeline Oren. These are my compatriots.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Lovely
Hello.
workshop you have.
Greetings. Hello.
Oh, yes. We're huge fans of what you've done with the place.
Very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Are you an engineer, an artificer? Do you tinker?
Well, you've been around long enough. You start picking up hobbies.
Ah, how long have you been around?
He kind of sundowns off into the distance.
Hard same, my friend.
What? Oh,
Where did you get here?
sorry, there was a lot, and I was trying to go by century. It got fuzzy.
Usually does.
Right.
But, notice the trolls out front.
Yes.
Friends of yours?
No.
Well done.
Were they trying to take things from you?
It just kept happening, and I just got tired.
Understandable.
It's
Yeah.
like you clean out the causeway of a troll here, a troll there, but eventually you just have to go to the nest and burn it out.
They really
And
should prepare for winter.
That's
As
I-
a professional, I respect that.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
like
Oh.
it's you don't want to do that first,
No.
right?
of
But
course.
it's it's
Like,
unfortunate.
I respect your restraint.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
God, I now have so many more requests of you.
Oh,
We've got the one thing that we really need.
uh-huh.
If it's all right, if we can, again, sorry to impose, but we need to make it through the mountains to get to the, darling, what was it? Temple of the
High moon.
High Moon, the Temple of the High Moon. Do you know this place?
It's Hamu.
I believe. Literally hiding behind a column, like, please don't kill me. Nice.
I had to do it.
Yeah.
Right shield for this.
Temple of the High Moon. Temple of the High Moon. Is it? How it's about 6 days from here. To the northeast. It was an observatory. Days of old. Oh, yes, I do know the observatory.
Wonderful.
Yes, yeah.
Would you fancy a trip?
I mean, not a lot left there.
No?
Well, no.
There was
Why is there not a lot left there?
Well, it's been abandoned a couple of 100 years, and well,
Are you taking care of
the
things that
observatory?
used to be there?
I mean, with some of them, yeah.
Okay.
I collected what I could.
Did you, while you were there, find a blade
Probably.
that when you look at it, you're like, God, that is the blade.
the point, if you will.
He
There we
kind
go.
of
That's it.
he kind of he looks back at the and he does the etch a sketch, sort of shake, and it takes him a minute, and then there's like a sword that kind of clunk clunk clunk. He's like, is that one it? And I was like, I don't think that's it. He's like, oh, okay, hold on. This goes on for about a minute or two. And he's like, no. Let me look.
I got it.
Let me look. All right.
Jeez. At some point during this, I did see him looking for something before, correct?
Yeah.
Jurek, it'll be like, well, while you're looking for that, I mean, I could keep my eyes open. I believe you were looking for something else before.
Was I?
Yes, you were
Okay.
doing the same, and he like demonstrates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I
Yes.
I was doing that.
If you would like, while you're searching for this, I can keep my eyes open for the other whatever
Yeah.
it was.
That sounds good. I think I had a globe.
A globe.
Yes. It was a good-sized globe.
Any color specific?
It was like a blue.
A blue.
Yeah, like
Oh.
a blue orb.
Now, I've seen many orbs. Some of them have movement on the inside. Is
I mean,
just
it can,
colored
but
blue?
this is more like
Okay. And he's like
a
noting
smoky blue.
specifics.
Smoky blue.
Perfect. And while he's not going to stand directly next to him because he's
Yeah.
like, Dragon! But he's going to be like off the shoulder.
Mhm.
Can Jurek make an insight check to see how he feels about that?
He doesn't seem bothered.
Cool.
Yeah. After a minute or two, Hal will sort of. I appreciate the effort, but I suspect it is still in the observatory.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, sure, we can. I can help you get to the observatory.
That would be amazing.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
And this wouldn't be an issue at all?
No, or is it an issue for you?
No, we just would like to save the travel time.
Sure.
really. If we could
Yeah.
go today, that
Oh,
would be
yeah.
lovely.
That's just so nice. We're not used to nice.
Oh.
It is kinder than most.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, right off the bat, you know,
Okay.
those
Well,
people are dicks.
well, yeah.
Especially those that would try to take from you, example.
Well, that would be
That's-
terrible. We would not like
That's
that.
not us.
That's
No.
That's
we have not, and we will not.
Oh, good.
with,
I like that.
Eyes flickering.
just
There's a mountain of treasure, and I'm just like, yep, not taking
Not gonna do it.
anything.
Not taking-
Tesla wants
Not
to
taking-
be like, if
Need to get to where we need to go.
if I may,
May you?
if I may, I am something of a thinker, if you will.
Okay.
And I have come across some of your schematics in your workshop. They're still there.
Mm-hmm.
Not touch them. However, I would be honored if you would allow me to complete some of your work.
Oh, what did you want to complete?
well, I saw the dwarven axe in your smithy that I thought is a wonderful design and should
Oh.
be completed.
You want to complete that?
If and I didn't get the chance to look through the other workshops, but if there's anything else that you would,
I mean, I suppose you could if you wanted to, but that seems odd. It's a dwarven axe. Are you a dwarf?
no, I am not the dwarf.
I didn't think
I am
so.
not
You
the
didn't
dwarf.
look like a dwarf. that I'd
No,
ever met.
I am.
Were you made by a dwarf?
No.
Okay, well that's. I mean, I don't. I'm sorry if that's rude. It just
No,
seemed,
no, it's totally in your purview to ask.
right. I mean,
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Oh God, yeah. If there was popcorn available, I'd be down on it right now.
I mean, you could. I mean, I could. You could. I don't know that that's necessarily one that you would want to make.
Well,
Do you have a suggestion that you
Yeah.
might want to?
Well, and you see him kind of look at Tesla, and his eyes glint silver, as though
Yeah.
as though like a ray of sun hit a chrome piece on a car, like it just sort of flashes.
Cool, gross. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it looks like you've got a pretty big project that you're already working on.
Ooh, creepy.
Which I don't know that that's a. I mean, that looks like something you should, like, I don't know. It's a magnum opus right there. That's
nice
your.
wording.
it's-
The excellent thing about this, and they take the sword off because it's clearly what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
It is not necessarily something that I must continue to devote a large amount of time
Mhm.
to.
Okay. I mean, sure. I could. Well, if not that, I mean, do you want something for you, for like a warforged, or what do you want to make?
I'm simply someone who creates to help others survive, whether that be dwarf, human, dragonborn.
I think you have to decide who you want to help.
With that, Drurick's gonna go over to Tesla and tap them on the shoulder. That's a good create for yours, and he's gonna make this weird like, for others. Can we leave now? Because he's really tempted to like go back and look for something that could help him make stuff. But he's like, this is not, we are not focused. Like Drurick is like losing it. Because he's like,
Drurick is a drug addict in the methadone clinic. Is that what's happening?
that's exactly.
Like every time like you touch them, they're like,
Yeah, he's like getting there. He's like getting
yeah.
there.
And
Dygor, you seem like an absolute fucking delight.
Thank you.
I don't say that lightly.
Well, that is very nice of you.
So, I have a weird thing.
Okay.
Question.
Sure.
I have several weird things, but mainly just this one.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way that we would be able to get to you, like, on a fast, permanent basis for advice? Or perhaps maybe use of your workshops?
I don't like giving people the like.
That's fair.
It
That's
could be it's a security thing.
No, that's why I wanted
Is
to
there
ask.
is there an easy way to access somewhere nearby? Not directly to,
Mm,
but close enough that we could travel in the way that we did.
I mean, you can always come in the way that you
Is
did.
there if we send you advance notice, can we come back?
Well, this is kind of my winter home.
Oh,
So-
it's beautiful.
Thank you.
When you're not here,
Yeah.
would it be all right if we came by?
I mean, I tend to lock up,
Oh, traps.
but
Right.
I guess you could.
I mean, we
stop
could take
by.
care of the place for you, water the plants.
I have plants.
We could get you some.
I don't. They need sunlight.
We could find you
plants
something that don't.
That don't.
A lot of shit that grows in the Underdark. Not currently, but life finds a way.
God damn it.
Definitely.
If you
For
had
it.
not, I would have been upset.
Whatever,
You started it.
whatever comes next, I'm sure we could definitely get you some.
We have many talented people who would wish to aid in the
See,
upkeep.
here's
of this
the thing. We used to be in this place, and we
Mhm.
had access to a personage very similar to you,
Oh.
sort of. And we now find ourselves rather cut off
Uh-huh.
from him.
Uh-huh.
And well, I'm not gonna lie here, Dygor. I miss him,
Oh.
and being around you makes me miss him even more.
Oh.
And this is
That's very nice of you.
such a lovely place.
Who is this?
Gunther.
Gunther? Gunther.
Obviously, we were very close.
Gunther.
I don't remember his real name. And it was very long.
It was no.
It was Gunther, right?
No.
Gooter.
Gooter. What sort of name is Gooter?
Better than worse.
That's
Oh! Personal high five. Got the dragon laugh.
funny. I'm not brass. Is it brass or copper that love jokes? One of them.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
one of the.
Not
It's
you.
it's one of the. I think it might be copper. I think brass are the ones
Fucking
that
would
love
be ginger.
brass loves like fighting, and copper I think love jokes. If
Yeah,
I'm
that's why
not
Keith.
mistaken.
It's fucking Keith. It's copper. Yeah. I just.
We
I-
would not want to see this place unattended. Well,
And
you know,
I would
it-
not like to lose you as an ally, perhaps.
Oh, okay. Well, make a persuasion check.
I would fucking love to.
Go for it.
I don't have proficiency, so I can't give you advantage.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah. it's your
I
persuasion.
do. Oh, well, I didn't say anything.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I didn't say a word. Didn't help.
I'm just trying to leave.
I'm spitzing. I'm spitzing. If there could be little sparks leaving my brain.
Malfunctioning.
Well, it's mainly the taking thing. He's like, I just learned not to take things today. So now he's like,
What did we learn today, boys and girls? I learned not to steal.
Tails is just trying to gain
My name's
access to
Jared.
this place
I'm
on a
30
regular.
years old, and I just learned not to steal.
Yeah, Tails
I've
is
been
just
surviving. I've been an orphan. Like, tragic backstory.
Oh my god.
I'm so lonely.
Still, it sounds like this guy's cool.
Well, I
That's
have
just
my
like
sunglasses.
borrowing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll give it back.
Like, I have a feeling if you just ask nicely, you might get things.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He goes, well, okay. I mean, if you want me to be your friend, I can be your friend. I can give you like a sending stone for you to
That would be dope.
call me sometimes.
That would absolutely be amazing.
I could do that. Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't had a pen pal in a very long time.
Oh, we would love to.
Oh, darling, don't tempt me. I've been writing a lot of letters recently, mostly drunk, but
Oh.
mostly to my ex-wife
Oh.
and her husband. It's
Oh,
complicated.
you
It's
don't
fine.
want to.
It's fine.
That's
It's
well.
fine. It's much more healthy than it sounds.
You sure?
I've been writing to my friend who is now stuck in a hole in the
Don't lie to the man. You don't have friends. So
Oh.
I did.
Oh.
he calls me an idiot. We play. This is how we talk. So
You guys watch the dragon suddenly feel uncomfortable.
no. It's fine.
Oh.
No, I just so. But for the moment, we really need to get going.
Oh yeah.
If,
Okay.
if that's all, if that's in your schedule, we don't want to push.
Sure.
During this time, can I check to see if I've seen the blue orb thing at all?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
It's my favorite bar game. Do you like to find it in the background?
Investigation
While you're
13 plus
jonesing.
9. 23, 22?
22?
22.
Yeah, actually, you do spot it.
And Dygor,
Yes.
look, I believe this is what you were looking for. And he like points gently.
Oh,
It's really distracting to
oh,
Have to have Archie go do it for
Oh,
you.
like this is where it is.
oh, yes, that's the one. And you see him sort of raise his hand, and it kind of winds its way out from the coins, and like a membrane through the glass in the force wall, sort of shifts through. You can see it sort of move, kind of like transition through planes. Looks like it blurs for a moment,
That's
and
creepy.
he catches it. And
Did you say planes?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Can I roll to see if I notice that? Maybe it's Arcana or something.
you see it? Yeah, it's not.
As
It
in
is not subtle.
a plane shifting
No.
thought process. Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of.
Noted.
Oh, good. This is good. Okay. And he starts to and he starts walking down the hallway. You go,
Shit.
and he was like, "Oh, right. So you guys wanted to go to the observatory?"
Hi.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Right, observatory.
I will never forget it now.
But it's high moon.
The Temple of
High moon.
Oh, right. Okay.
If it has
Sounds
not been completely taken
sounds
over by
good.
gunslingers.
I would actually kind of feel better if you guys didn't come by when I wasn't here.
Understood.
That feels like a boundary.
Yeah, no, that's what we're gonna call
Sure,
to
The
sure.
sending
yeah.
stone.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, right. And he and that he can just sort of, it's similar to like fabricate in
Oh.
the
Okay.
motions of the spell, and he sort of and like reaches out, his hand disappears briefly, and
So
he'll telekinesis over a
Sending stone.
God,
too.
I wish I could just make that out of
Tesla
my
doesn't
mind.
necessarily understand the concept of attraction.
But they about to.
But that right there,
Was that his sexual awakening?
that was
There
their
are some
sexual
unfamiliar
awakening.
There.
feelings
There, I
happening right
apologize.
now.
They're like,
Uh,
oh, they just saw someone create a magic item out of thin air. That's
Like it
just
was nothing.
like it was nothing, and they're
Oh
just
shit!
like,
Yeah, you want a phone? Fine. here you
it's
go.
just a party trick, really.
it's like,
Do we want you to touch
an
it? Do
erection.
you want?
That's that
You can
over
grab
there.
it, Tesla. If that, she's gonna magic it
You
over.
can grab it.
yeah. So they're just like,
What does a freshly created sending stone feel like?
New car smell.
Oh.
That's
That's a
satisfying.
good
Oh,
smell.
Yeah.
okay.
Absolutely.
So when he sees that you're gonna hold it, he goes, oh, is it for you? Oh, did you want like a?
We're just letting him just
not appreciate
understand
Oh,
and appreciate
sure,
your
yeah, no,
craftsmanship.
but-
that's all. She'll be
Yeah,
the one.
I mean, either way,
Can other people use it?
sure,
I mean,
no,
Not other people, of course.
I
but you
would,
know,
I
like,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, but
Sure.
no, I just thought if it was for the that it would that you'd want it to be like an integrated piece.
Integrated
I-
into
if
what?
I could-
Hands-free Bluetooth.
like there are a number of things that would be very good for myself to have.
Well, this
Tesla?
boner is just throwing your words off.
Tessa, would you like to integrate with Dygor?
Ooh, integrate it into your body, please.
Well, I was
When I
just
get that feeling.
I was just surprised that that your sword was a separate piece.
Well, it is simply for practicality's sake.
Is it? Can't you drop it?
Yes.
But then wouldn't you not
Did
have it
drop it.
anymore?
But the issue is I cannot make an entire greatsword just appear out of my body just yet. I'm currently working on the technology.
Do you have that technology?
Do you? Because if
Shaking.
if there's a way to avoid ever forcing me to lose Optimus, I would greatly appreciate it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are components that are specifically designed for Warforged. So,
Oh my.
Dude, where can I find these?
well, give me just a moment. I'll make sure there's no limitation on it.
We're
But
gonna make a list. That
I'm,
list the shit you
It's the
need.
best, the happiest thing I've ever put in a bag of holding is the sending stone to Dygor.
That's pretty solid. Right
We
there.
just
That's it. We're
This
done.
guy's
Yeah.
great. I like this guy.
Well done.
Remember that time you guys were gonna knife him in the fucking shin?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Only if he wasn't nice.
Okay, and he ended up being nice, and I'm happy, guys. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying. Most of the time, the stuff we talk to ends up being an asshole.
Oh no!
And
If,
we
Right.
keep talking, and I'm like, just stab him in the face.
Look,
They stop being
there's-
an asshole real fast when you stab him in the face. Fact.
so an
You're
arm
not
blade is a magical component. Usually, it is single-handed,
Mhm.
but he can. Essentially, you would have to lose one arm to have a big enough, like, to offset the weight for a greatsword, if you wanted to do it.
you can also operate.
Or you could have a one-handed arm blade, which is what they traditionally are.
I think
That is a choice.
that is a choice. Because losing that arm also means that they lose a lot of their ability to continue making things.
No. It's only when you produce the blade.
Oh, as in one of those things where like it morphs from one side to the other, and just,
Yeah, I mean, essentially, this arm has to just become a counterweight,
Yeah, just like
and this arm
Oh,
becomes
yeah, I need
greatsword
it.
blade. So it is the same thing. Like your both hands are committed to wielding the blade.
So while you're fighting,
yeah,
You can't drop it.
and I can't drop it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it requires attunement. An arm blade is a weapon designed to integrate with the forearm of the Warforged. If you are a Warforged, you can attach an arm blade by attuning to it. An attached arm blade cannot be disarmed or removed from you against your will. But while the weapon is attached, you cannot use the hand for other actions. So this means you could not use both hands.
Yeah, you would just be stabbing.
You can spend 1 minute to end the attunement and remove the arm blade.
So would it be like anytime Optimus is drawn, that's when like my arm
Yeah.
disappears?
Yeah.
And then
The
otherwise,
Transformers in.
and then and like otherwise I can like sheath it and my other arm appears. And I can like cast spells and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's the same. Takes the same action economy as
Gonna say
drawing
action, that makes sense.
and
Cheating.
sheathing a weapon.
Okay. And they're just like yes, 1,000 times yes.
Oh, all right.
Do we need to stand back?
I was gonna just. You wanted plans, right? 'Cause you were
plans
working
of
on stuff.
you.
Yes.
I mean, if you want me to do it, I can do it, but then it's not yours anymore. Then it's mine
Ooh, no. Oh,
because that's.
no, that's
'Cause,
fine.
I mean, if you make something, if it's really like your masterpiece, then you have somebody come in and like do the trees for you. Then
I
it's
think
not really.
the plans sound lovely. What do
Yes,
you
it's-
think?
I believe that the plans are
plans.
adequate. Thank you,
Okay.
Dygor. It is very much appreciated.
Sure, I can do that. Give me a moment. And you see Dygor sort of, his body remains in one place and part of him kind of shifts. And it looks for a moment like he's standing still, but another part of him has kind of moved. The part that was standing there disappears, and you can hear him back down in the tinkering shop. So he kind of teleports or just moved very, very fast.
He is the fast.
He is Dygor the quick, Dygor the fast. He is the fast one.
Damn, that fast.
So by the time do you wait there for him or do you go back to see him in the shop?
I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna walk back to look at whatever they're doing in the
lean
shop.
against the wall and just be like, all right.
just be like,
We're going this way.
I'm just waiting.
Jurek is openly smiling and doesn't know what to do with his body.
Go watch.
Good eye.
Go watch.
And he's gonna like tiptoe. Like he's trying to be
Scooby-Doo
serious,
creep.
but he's like yeah, like Scooby Doo.
The kids are getting a show. It's wonderful.
That's great. What's Hal doing?
When Al sees him sort of go, Hal goes, this is going much better than I expected.
I'm
There-
personally wondering if they're going to make it to the tinkering shop and he's just going to be back here already. And it's gonna be a
no,
Two
they're-
platinum
he's
says they
gonna,
don't.
no, they don't make it there by the time he's there.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
taking
gonna
that
be
bet.
it's
That's,
going to be fun.
I mean, I'll tell you what, for game's sake,
Okay.
I'm a good sport, but I believe in, I mean, you,
I'm almost there.
I need the over and under on distance. We gotta-
I'm gonna make it. What happens when I turn my head into the room?
so you guys don't get to the room. You don't get to the room. You get about halfway there. Because remember, you guys have traveled quite the ways. You get about halfway there, and then Dygor sort of pops up in front of you. He's like, oh, I mean, I got it. It's here. It's for you. There you go. He's got it on a scroll, rolled into a finely crafted sort of wood that scrolls get rolled onto that holds the parchment in place and collapses into itself. The wood is immaculately done, but it's not. It's sanded, but it's not like stained. So it's another one of his like projects that he got part of the way through and was like, yeah, next one.
So Jurek definitely like wants to touch the stuff now. Now he wants to touch everything, and he looks at this one, and he makes like a weird bow and like backs off.
My boyfriend
He needs he's at this point where he's getting weird because he like he doesn't
Yeah.
do this anymore.
Yeah,
It's getting weird. He's like, I won't touch it.
Dygor apparently does not notice.
Okay.
He rolled a natural one on that insight check.
Good.
That
That makes me feel way better.
He's
getting weird. It's getting weird.
his insight's not great, so he does not know young
I'm
races.
really trying.
Be cool.
I'm really
Be
trying.
cool. I'm
I-
trying to.
We have to.
Don't embarrass me.
in front of the dragon.
Yeah,
Don't
he's
embarrass
there.
me in front of my boyfriend. God.
I think he'll like put his hand in his hair and like ruffle it weirdly, and then like turn back around and start heading back towards Hal and be like, "Dad, help!" Like, so keep me calm. Like he's gonna like.
I was like,
Hal does not know what to do with this nut, and I
he
love
will
it.
stunning strike you. that will be his answer.
Just open up the trunk, pull out some whiskey. Dude,
He doesn't drink.
Oh.
This is him. Sober.
So,
I think this might be a good time to start.
yeah,
Jurek is usually more chill, but all this technology and all this cool shit that's happening, this dragon can poof magic and just do shit. It's making him like,
Oh, like next
just wants
downtime,
that.
like Tesla's gonna be like, can I go to Dygor's place?
Oh,
Like,
Can I phone Dygor, mommy?
This is Tesla. Dygor.
what?
Tesla the fast.
Tesla fast.
Start monogramming
You created
everything.
something that Jurek real wants.
Yeah.
He's into it.
he continues to lead you guys down the hallway.
Oh, Dygor, I want to make sure that you met the entire guild who has also come with us.
Right,
Oh, right,
all
yeah.
of them.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
everybody.
That's right. It's a small caravan we travel with.
Some of them are still floating slowly.
I'm almost there, guys. Just making sure.
Yes. No. We can bring everybody along. All right. Good. You guys ready to go? Is there anything else you needed, or?
You move awfully fast.
Yes.
Are we going to be okay?
Ooh. Yes.
We are still very much attached to our fleshy bodies.
I'm very jealous of how fast you can. That's very impressive.
It took a long time to learn. It's a lot of magics together at once.
Mm.
Yes.
It's very impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, I was always a bit of a quick one, and then I had spent some time with quicklings. I studied. I lived amongst the displacer beasts for a whole number of generations. And
Never had a pleasant encounter with one of those. That's
they are not pleasant.
no.
They are not pleasant at all. No, but I integrated myself into their society by becoming a displacer beast for a very long time. And I did the same thing with quicklings. I did things similar with other Eladrin. So I learned the ways of their phase step, and sort of took all of that, and I kind of combined it into my own thing.
So if Tesla could be a 13-year-old girl in her bedroom with like a photo of some teen heartthrob with her legs like kicking up behind her while she's on her bed, that's totally them.
Nice.
Give
All right.
me that fan art immediately.
Loving on some Digor.
Yeah. Also,
If I
Senpai
had
noticed you.
the
Senpai's
lifetimes
noticed me.
or the aptitude to do that.
No, I would suggest it if you could, but unfortunately. But you know what? There's it's always amazing to me how much the younger races do with the time that they do have, and you guys are all very impressive with what you do. So, what?
You're kind.
No, I love humanoids. I love young races. I love little people, and I love seeing what you guys do and getting the chance to trade stories and hear about histories, and that's really my favorite thing. I love the histories. So
Listen, if if you ever need help with anything, I can't imagine, but heaven forfend,
An errand run.
an errand run,
Yeah.
or your troll problem kicks back up, or
Sure,
something
yeah,
along
yeah,
those
Or
lines.
even like a visitor to tell you a story.
Yeah, or you're bored. Just we're just a stone's throw away.
yeah.
Oh,
I love you.
Good.
That's
Yeah.
a good tagline for this technology.
I love it.
When we brand it and start selling it throughout the strait.
Oh, that sounds
You
yeah.
don't want to go halvesies on this. I feel like
Yeah. I mean,
quick
yeah,
silver
sure.
sending stones.
we could get more gold for your hoard.
Oh,
I'm writing
I
this
mean,
down.
it's
Is that your hoard?
I mean, it's part of it. Yeah.
Or is stories your hoard?
I like both. I mean, really, history is the preferred board. Now, everyone finds value in gold and gems, and yes, I will roll in it and eat it as much as the next dragon. But
Of course.
We know a
I
lot
love-
about history.
but I really love
Is there any
Um,
specific genre?
he sort no he so make
Gods, Albrecht.
he goes over and he starts shaking the thing. Do me a favor, just make I'll take perception or investigation. You can do either one, and a history check along with it.
So 2 dice would be
So 2 dice, yeah, 2 dice, 2 checks.
16 on the investigation.
Mhm.
I'm doing perception for 22.
Okay.
And history is a dirty 20.
Yeah,
20.
dirty 20 on the history check.
16 on history. What was the second one?
Perception or investigation, just something to observe the things that are
investigation 25.
Okay.
History. A history, so 25 minus 2, 23. So
Okay.
25 and a 23.
16, 25.
Nice. 25 was the history.
Perception.
Perception. Oh, okay, great. 16 on the history. Nice. Yeah, you guys did a great job. Probably shouldn't use investigation and perception interchangeably, but in instances like this, like you got
He's
time.
moving
You're
real
good.
fast
Do whatever the fuck you
though.
want.
Yeah. So
Good
he
answer.
he sort of goes through and is kind of shaking things. You guys see the coins that he's collected. Some of them are contemporary, but very few. He has you notice coins minted for every emperor in the past 364 years. You notice that he has in and among their banners for different armies from historical fights. You see a standard that some of you would suspect is probably from the first ages of the Republic. Against the Betrayer Wars, you see maps, battle maps, and those sort of you thought they might be chess pieces. They're a little too big, but they're kind of the like combat pushy. Like these are our forces, and these are their forces.
The,
We're gonna move
Okay.
the
these
one
on
where
the
some general has like a
Yeah.
riding crop and they like push one across.
right. Yeah,
the
exactly.
table.
These are the tanks, and we're gonna go right like that.
Yeah.
Those things in there that date back to the Albrechtian Crusade. You see there are some looks like part of a throne, very elven. Like it is clearly the most elvish thing you have seen. You're like, what is that? What? And he kind of is as it shakes through. There are the papers that you see in there are not. He's either got like duplicates of them. They're not in books. They're just sort of like different points. He collects like flyers or like leaflets and just like random bits of events mostly.
He's got the flyers for the Rumble.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. He's got like the tickets to
Is asphyxia anywhere in
to-
there? Just
um
random.
sure. Yeah, you see, you get a little
Oh, I don't
Easter
know.
egg of asphyxia though. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So all of his stuff, and you can see he kind of has it separated out by like age or like era. And that's kind of how he's got it like organized. And he'll tell you as he's shifting through things, he kind of spends his time like he can move his stuff wherever he wants. So he likes to travel for the seasons, and he spends a lot of his time sorting and cataloging the things that he's collected, or if it looks or sounds like something important is happening, he'll go and try to collect things or hide among people to do important things.
So
Who
noticing-
rolled the highest of the perceptions or the akin? I know 25.
I rolled investigation. I got a 25, and then I got a 22 or 23. It was -2,
Yeah.
so 23.
Okay. 20.
I only got a 16 on investigation.
You too, because you had the 25 as well. You guys see in some of the most recent things, he has in his collection. Looks like his most recent stuff is kind of further in. You guys can see that he has a few very recognizable things. He's got a contained in a magical orb. He's got a ever burning piece of fungus that is contained, clearly on fire, like it's in stasis. He has what looks like the plaques and placards that you guys recognize among the historic temples from Arartico when it was blighted.
Oh.
He has some sails from the Battle of the Empty Empire.
He's got us in there.
Some of you, yeah, yeah. Some of your stuff.
Is that because of our stories? Can we get an inkling of why? Can we make that connection?
They're important historical events.
Okay,
So
go us.
so he's got
Need
so
the collection.
yeah, you guys in some ways have not like all of your adventures, but kicking Zugtmoy out of the Underdark and lighting it all on fire. That's a big
Yeah.
event.
Ain't
And
nothing.
that's historically noteworthy, and so he has memorabilia of it. An act of a deity against a holy city is a major event,
Mhm.
right? The Empire returning to the Arcadian Straits and the Battle of the Empty Empire. That's a huge happening, and so he has just stuff. None of it seems super important, or like some of it's valuable, absolutely, but there's also just, I guess, like tchotchkes would be the best
Yeah.
Mhm.
best way to think about it.
Seeing some of it, like I didn't necessarily get that, but I saw that like he likes his like
Mhm.
some of that.
Yeah,
Um,
you guys, I'm sure
Yeah.
are sharing amongst yourselves.
like
Like,
that's from this.
The whisper.
Oh shit, I remember that. Yeah.
hey, is that from? Oh,
So
it's a-
this is
ooh.
awkward. I'm taking the ring that I got from one of the guys, the Brothers Until Death ring.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna give it to him and tell him this is really one of a kind. The other two were destroyed.
Oh,
Yeah, the line
is
is
that?
completely gone.
oh,
The Arcturians, they were these. And
oh.
here's what you missed on Bleed.
You start to tell him, and you watch his eyes sort of glint, and then you'll see him. He kind of teleports back, and you start to see just sort of a quick streaking of silver between the libraries as you see him looking for something, basically. And within about I'd say about 30 seconds,
Jeez, so fast.
he's kind of
Hate it.
yeah, he's kind of found whatever it is he's looking for, and he closes and kind of pops back. Oh, this is very important. This is I hadn't had anything of those missing nights. This is very, very cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we're not finished clearing it out. That's one of the many later problems we have. It's not really a problem. It's more like a later.
Yeah.
But
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
depending on, we could get you some armor.
Well,
Oh yeah.
what we were thinking is what I was thinking, and I believe Madeline agrees with me in this case. We could potentially be your agents out in the field every now and again if we come across something of interest.
Oh sure.
Oh, I do a lot of freelance work.
Yeah.
If we
I'm
come
not really
across,
with them. But I could.
Jeez.
All
we
right.
could-
Yeah. No.
we-
I mean, yeah, no,
that
but
would
yeah.
that would be great. I'm amazed, you guys. That's so cool. Most
Yes.
people don't get to be this close to history at all. Like everyone sort of goes a lifetime, and maybe they stumble across like one really cool thing, and this is like.
we stumble across a lot of really cool
Really
things.
What do you mean you-
terrifying lives.
What do you
can
mean
I
you stumble
say?
across a lot of things? You have more stuff like this?
But that specifically, we have access to. We gotta go back.
Well,
But
I do have something. We do have something that would probably be best in the care of someone such as yourself.
okay.
The Orcus medallion.
Oh, that's a different character has that.
Yeah, a different like
So-
Marcus Madonna.
That
Yeah.
during in the Underdark they stumbled
Oh.
across something that is not that was claimed by a specific player.
Yeah.
So we I
we
would
don't
say,
have that.
We
Retract
don't
that
have
statement.
that. Yeah.
yeah,
sorry.
no. It's a great idea, but should they ever play again, I don't want them to come back and be like, I want to check out my medallion,
Yeah.
and suddenly be like, no, we gave that away. Like that, it
Noted.
is
I
theirs
flipped
to make
fucking table.
the choice
Yeah, makes sense.
for. But he is surprised, intrigued, and is somewhat impressed that at the idea that you guys have been around important events or found
Some of the
such
things
things.
in your collection, I believe some of us were there for.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. There's the pirate thingy, and then I was definitely there when that happened. I was on top of the thing. I saw God, and then my sword became a shadow, but also my friend.
Really?
Yeah,
You were in Erotico and
yeah.
and it was
I was on top of the pinnacle.
at
when
the
thing did it.
pinnacle,
Yeah.
and you
that
were
was-
here.
Well, I wasn't there at the time. I was speaking to what the fuck's his name? I'm a Sathsa devotee. I don't need to know the rest of them.
Oh my God.
Who's in charge of the Pantheon? What the fuck's his name?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Helion? Was it
Helion. There it is.
Yeah, I was talking to Helion.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Emperor of the Sky.
Right, that guy. I saw it sandal.
Helion. You like hung out with him,
Oh, we had a small negotiation. Didn't go great.
right? And then he blighted a whole city because of you.
Oh,
Yeah. I get. I was doing better.
Ah, and then you had a shadow sword.
It was one of the things.
There's a thing.
There is a
What's
thing.
a
I'm
thing?
actually, now that I'm talking about it, I'm going to reach into my pocket and pull out my little coin, and just give it a flick.
Go for it.
What is it? 6?
Yeah, anything. Evens it
Yeah.
works. Odds it fails.
Even.
He is a shape changer, but he is a
But
he
it's
is a dragon.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah.
It's like, "Man, fuck it, you know what? Now that we're here,
we've never seen his dragon form.
You have not.
What does it look like? Obviously, she's the only one that sees it, but I would like to.
Yeah. No.
Silver, was it?
It is silver. Yeah. It is distinctly silver.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's this whole thing with doppelgangers and blah 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 blah. If you want to know more information, go to our YouTube and you can watch all of our backlogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
exclamation point YouTube.
Yes, exclamation point YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
I might do that.
You should.
Yeah.
It's a lot more concise.
Oh.
Probably better information
So
than what I can
He
stomach for the moment.
he goes, that's well, I mean, if you guys have anything from those let me ask you this. He seems, now that you guys have started to tell him who you are and some of the things that you have done, now that you have opened that can of worms,
Jeez.
he suddenly seems far more interested in talking to you than teleporting you. Not that he won't, but he's really like he keeps asking questions, and you realize like time for him not a big deal. Like he's going to get you there in an instant. So do you want to take the time to talk to him, or do you want him to
As an Eduardo moment,
yeah
I think that we should be like, we can tell you more, but so that way it kind of like we give him a taste and it's not the full blown like
Yeah,
expansion.
From one info junkie to another.
Sure.
Just give him
I
a
agree
small
100%. Of like,
Yeah.
yeah, we'd love to talk more about this. We do need to do this thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We are on a
relatively
bit of a
quickly.
timeline.
Right, because
But
then
like,
But
you
in the
can come
kindest,
find us whenever you
most
need
jittery
to.
way, I've
Yeah,
got a story
listen.
about
See,
the plants.
yeah,
but-
and here's the thing: like we have to do that so we can get information on the Lady of Pain and the maze. I'm sure you know.
Good sideswipe.
he does not
Oh,
not
well, hey, how about this? You get us where we need to go. And as soon as we find out more than the Lady of Pain and the maze, all capital, then
And what is it?
We'll come back with more
capital T,
information.
capital M.
We can even try to, along the way, see if perhaps there's things we could pick up as we
Hey!
continue our
What a clever
adventures.
custard you are. Yeah.
That would be really
Souvenirs is too crass a
Good.
word. Relics.
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 History.
I like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Relics.
Artifact.
Artifacts.
Ooh,
Very
even
good.
better.
Yeah. No. So are you guys doing something like super important right
Oh,
now?
it's super-
Oh yes.
Well, it's also kind of hush hush, you know,
Oh.
because of the whole shape change thing. But
Right, shape changes.
right.
But we'll be happy to let you know how it works out.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I-
As soon as we can
I mean,
divulge.
I could
Send
go
a bit
and
of an
watch.
NDA.
You could watch.
I could
You
watch.
could watch.
This
you could,
particular adventure you could watch.
You could maybe help. Actually,
Oh, I don't like helping.
Go.
I mean,
That's
don't get me wrong.
hard same.
I
I wouldn't want you to be in
we wouldn't
a
want to put you out.
conflict of what is yours.
no, but I don't want to take things that are yours or
You're more of an observer.
he takes a moment to sort of gather himself as he starts to explain. He is a very old dragon, and in his dragon form, he's clearly quite powerful. He's a strong mage, but he is very old. He has gone past the age of worm sleep, which is sort of, elves do something similar with it, where they go on the revelry, where they at some point creatures of ancient age just sort of pass on. He conserves his energy by being small.
Ah,
So he conserves his energy by being in his domains. So when he is out of his, when he's outside, he has to, if he's a dragon, then he's got like a little bit of dragon left in him. He's got like a couple of big dragon
Sure.
moments in him. He would essentially go like as the humanoid that he is now, if he took damage, and he would basically pop home.
sure.
But he doesn't, like here he can do magic. Here he can do, in his domain, he can do
Right.
all of the stuff that you guys have seen him do. He can't really take that outside with him.
He doesn't need to be a part of history. We want him to observe the history.
Which-
I
Is
think
there,
that's
is there something we could
Wants to
carry
see
that would
it,
let you
yeah.
see what we're doing?
safety.
Yes, I mean I could. There could be things like that if you wanted. And he'll start grabbing the little floating pieces, and he kind of crunches them down into
He's got his
kind of
pretty
silver
nice.
eyes.
It's much too sexy. Sorry.
These silver eye pieces, sort of third eye pieces.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is brilliant.
If you attune to them, one, he can see, and two, they act as Rary's telepathic bond between all those that are attuned
Yes.
So
to
how
them.
many do we have?
He'll provide you with 6, since that would get you up to a full party. But you have to attune to them. He can watch through there, and you guys would the attunement allows you to, you're essentially all under the effects of the Rary's telepathic bond, which is the spell you guys all want message to be. That's what that is. It's the party. It's the psychic party line.
So what would be a good name? Like Dygor's,
Yeah.
like Dygor's third eye or something like that?
Yeah, Dygor's third eye.
I can
Perfect.
make that in D&D.
Fantastic. That's amazing.
So, and then
Yeah.
the people can add that.
And we have
to that.
6 of those.
Yeah, I will say Dygor's third eye is the one magic item I will give you guys that is intended to be attuned and unattuned. Whereas
Bless.
I usually don't like you guys like sharing an item where it's like you don't twink an item between you and you, or it's like
This is like
everyone
putting on
that-
a GoPro.
right.
Yeah.
It's everyone that needs a rapier can use Megan's blade of the betrayer,
Right,
right?
It's
Yeah.
funny. You can't
No.
Yeah.
Um,
because Megan is.
Right, but that
Yeah,
so
but this is one that like we can pass it around so that wherever we
Exactly.
go, we can give him this bird's eye.
Oh,
view.
Yeah.
that's fucking
Our
dope. We're
cool
doing that
adventures.
all the time.
I will
Yeah.
say that you guys have to stay within a range of each other so that you can't.
Stay in a range of him?
No.
Does he work on planes?
He may run into static on planes.
You get little helmets. We'll be
Yeah.
fine.
The planes is not a guarantee on the prime material. Anywhere you go, as long as you guys are like in a party. So if you, like within a city, sure. If you guys are starting to be like, we're gonna split the party, half of us go to the capital, half of us go
No,
here.
okay.
You can't
That makes
talk to
sense.
each other, right?
Yeah. Proximity matters.
Yeah. So
Dude gave us radios. This is awesome.
This is the best day.
I mean, it's also recording for him, so
yeah.
make sure you look their best.
Yeah.
Always.
So yeah, he does set you guys up, and he's really overjoyed, and you get the feeling like he's gonna low key follow you wherever you go right now, just
Yeah.
to watch.
Just to hang out.
Yeah,
That's
like
cool.
he's
I'm
gonna-
down. I'm totally.
As long
seems
as
like
he stays safe.
Yeah,
Right,
that's,
he's not in a
Not gonna put himself in risk.
right.
Cool.
I will
Because at
say
this point,
yeah,
I'm taking 5
That's
balls
cool.
for you, my man.
yeah. If he
I'm,
takes
I'm now dedicated to defending this guy. He's been so cool this whole time.
yeah,
he's the best.
with you guys offering him
Our hearts, our
So-
inventory.
so basically to watch what is question in your stories, do any of you identify how?
no.
That's not
I
our.
How-
thought we had.
Well,
No, because I
I
think
don't know how well enough to identify.
Yeah.
Okay.
personally, Jarek has heard a lot of stories and have had certain interactions where we have given up Hal as information.
Mhm.
And it has not benefited us in the way that we speak to him with his friends or anything. Jarek purposely, if someone was to say Hal, would be like, ha, 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 and like laugh out loud. Like he would try
He's
to.
also in the room, and if
Yeah.
he wants to say something, he can.
Exactly.
He absolutely is. He make an insight check.
That's 11.
That's a 7.
Oh,
He's too focused.
Dirty 20.
Hmm.
Tell me your secret, Italian.
19.
You both notice that it is how he seems to like the dragon.
No attunements.
You, I will say, you guys notice that he does at different points, shaking through the history. He recognizes a few more items that you guys weren't a part of, and it is he is struggling to decide if he is the last lunarchist, if he is the end of his order, should he give this archivist of a dragon the secrets that he has. And you see part of him want to, you see part of him be cautious over it. He hasn't quite decided, but he also is very appreciative that
Weird.
that you guys have not immediately gone, have you met the last lunarchist? And he's like, yeah, right.
This time I learned.
The fact that you guys haven't done that, he's like it earns you some points in his book.
Thank God. I think I'm up to even now.
0. Right here at 0.
Par. We're back to par.
Finally!
I embarrassed myself as a terrible ranger in front of the legendary hero. I'm just trying to break even right now.
Just trying not to get fired.
So yeah, he the biggest thing he sort of says is there is in and among not the most recent artifacts, probably after the Empire, but before your current generation, before his generation, there's sort of a dial, like a mechanical dial that you can tell tracks the phases of the moons. And when he sees that, he does he just sort of offhandedly says something like, "Oh, well, that's where that went to." And Dygor maybe catches it, maybe doesn't. But according to Dygor, it's his now. So,
Yeah.
so he doesn't particularly.
And
it does
Hal's not even fighting that. It's a statement of that's where that went to. It's not like,
Huh.
oh, I want that back. Like,
No.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right.
You get it's an odd machismo off where in one, like, just sort of the way Hal goes about it, he's like, if I want that back, I know where to get it. And the dragon's like, okay,
You can try.
you can try.
And if you do, just throw it out there. Let us know so we can watch. So help me.
Yeah, they are not competitive at all, but it's something Hal has to really think about. Dygor, as he's now walking you to the portals, you guys have convinced him. He has given you the radios. He's asking if there is anything else that you guys need or want on your way out.
The temptation is like
your undying love, honestly, for me.
Sure, and he's, I mean, he is happy and excited to see you guys and see you off. Is there?
Jurek, would you like to ask the man for something?
He has offered at this point.
Yeah.
But he gave you something already.
Yeah, that's
Entire-
true. Give me the
so
When Hal sees Tesla start to be like, "Well, what's the matter?" Hal's like, "Power down, buddy."
this is their great. This is like they're so happy right now.
he's very interested in something alchemical.
Okay.
Something, for example, he's experienced through Farrakha. He has the capability of really helping and altering, more like altering, maybe not helping, but altering the Underdark, essentially, and going, I can change all of this with alchemical fire. So in his brain, he probably would request something that could, in front of people, how can I get something to heal? So that's where his brain is with alchemical, even if it's just schematics, a potion, something
Sure.
that would help him with that.
Okay. He'll give you components for a superior healing potion.
Oh, awesome.
So that's about the best he can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing really better than that, or superior, supreme, whatever the top one is. So it's not going to cost you the gold to make, but it does require the time. So the time and the skill checks to put that in.
And skill checks. That's good. That's great. Is this something that Jurek can eventually not sell, but eventually patent because no one else really has it? Or okay.
No. It is known, Khaleesi.
It is now.
It is.
I love that.
Yep.
So that would be and the one thing, he has a stir that he once had long ago, but it is lost in jail cell. So is there any alchemical tool that's shiny and new? It doesn't have to do anything.
Sure.
Just like shiny new.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, I'm going to use this everywhere. And that's going to be his dragon keepsake.
Cool.
Thank you.
Is there anything that would give me even a fraction of your speed?
There is he does have another, you have a sort of speed already. He has that that he's willing to give you. Roll a percentile.
97.
97.
It's another dragon.
Wow. More dragons. Dragons for days.
This is my dragon daughter. You can take her anywhere you want. She'll fight with you. Not with you. She'll fight for you. That's a different sentence.
No, that's even better. She doesn't help. She's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Consistently fighting
Oh
with
my
you.
God, I left my dad's house for this bullshit.
I'm down. Let's do
Why are
it.
you so boring? This is dumb. I hate it here.
What a terrible way to live.
I'm Valerian. This is Katie.
Delirium
the
Katie.
bitch.
She's a dragon, but she don't help much.
Katie, the not helpful, not trying to be.
With the cigarette.
She's smoking
I
for
was
one.
already.
She doesn't even have one. She's just actually smoking.
Yeah, it's just her breath.
she keeps pretending.
Yeah. That's,
Jesus Christ.
that is
Oh
what
shit!
it is.
That's what I'm doing for Halloween this year. Katie, the bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, Supreme Healing is D10. Wait, 10D4. Slow down.
Yeah, it's
Plus 20.
It's a D20.
It's like,
Yep.
"Meh."
10d4.
That's a
That's
lot.
crazy.
That is.
That's super good.
Okay. I have to see what one of these things is. It got me in the ballpark. Technically, you rolled like an amulet of pure good. So
Well, that's fun.
we're not doing that.
So what?
I don't remember 5th edition sets for those. I remember 2nd edition.
Well, let's just skip.
I mean, it can still open
see,
up
and it's
a
like, just
hole
kidding,
beneath
plus one.
evil to
Yeah.
swallow it.
one day I'm going
let's-
to be like,
But yeah,
It's like,
it's not
Yeah.
not in the theme that we're looking at.
No. So
syringe
a scimitar of speed is available, or if that basically lets you make an attack as a bonus action, it's a +2.
Okay.
The other thing is you were up around Stone of Mastery. So let me see exactly what that does. Because they do many things. Proficiency bonus increases by 1 with mastery.
Healing potion. Healing good.
Oh no, at that point it's a healing.
You need a healing potion.
I'll probably take the stone. That's
Awesome.
That's
yeah.
insane.
So essentially, you're for theming purposes. I think that is just you are just a little quicker on the
yeah.
uptick.
Yeah.
You know, I'll add it to your. I'll let you add your proficiency to your initiative as well.
What?
Proficiency 2 initiative. Got it.
For you, that's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you have
it
a
puts you
card?
on par with everybody else.
Yeah, man. I'm down.
He's removed 1 card.
Oh, baby.
So
Yeah,
adding.
still-
I have a very low initiative
So,
bonus. So yeah.
putting 6 or 7 cards out, I think 1 fits the theme,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
giving you the bonus to proficiency. Anything you're proficient in, you are just a little quicker of mind and of body.
That is an incredible gift.
So
I will take it. Thank you.
there you go. Are
Are
you good?
Oh, I'm all full.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Yeah. Um.
Do you want ointment?
I do have a rash. What,
I mean, if you want, this is your chance to grab something that doesn't require attunement.
here's the thing. So the
Yeah.
armor that I have
Yeah.
is +1 studded,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you added it. So it wasn't like armor of something.
Resistance.
It was just a something and a oh hey here's a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like +1 studded is an attunement.
Is it? It is not. Correct.
When I added the cold to it on
That-
Beyond,
yeah.
then it was.
Right.
I would rather forego the cold
Mm-hmm.
because it never bothered me anymore.
And have the slot.
and have the slot back.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I caught you.
But
Sure.
keep the +1.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then I can put the whip on or
Mhm.
do an eye
Cool.
or something.
Yeah.
But I-
Absolutely. No, that's
What else would I
where's your
possibly
broom
do?
of flying?
Yeah.
You haven't had that in
It's with the monkey.
the monkey,
monkey-
yes.
Blanche still has the fucking
Blanche has the
Blanche
broom
has
of
the broom.
flying.
as she should. But it's in the right hands.
Okay.
So this is a question now that I'm thinking about it. Did I get with the components
Mhm.
of the Supreme Healing Potion? How much could I didn't even think of that. Is it just gonna be one?
It's
Potion.
it's gonna be 1.
I will save it for a rainy day.
Yeah.
What's the range on the Dygor's third eye?
That was the proximity thing, right?
Yeah.
So we just got to be around each other. So yeah.
Or is that
Because
like
Rary's telepathic bond is 30 feet.
We'll stick with that for the telepathy.
Okay.
So just like the spell for the telepathy, for the telepathy.
but he can get to
He
anywhere.
can
reach
anywhere.
us much
Yeah.
further.
I did not remember if there was a range on Rary's.
Okay.
So whatever that is what we are basing
know-
life out of.
What I would like, if I may, I gave you my ring.
Mm-hmm.
Where I come from, that means something.
Jeez.
That's weird. That's a very human thing.
It's a totally human thing. My first wife and I, we didn't do rings.
No.
We did, but not where people could see them. I was wondering if perhaps you had something in there. It doesn't actually. It's a pretty for nice, not a pretty for good.
Oh. I'm not understanding. You want a
know,
ring?
Or something. Like this doesn't really do anything other than say brothers until death.
Yeah, no, but it's an important ring.
Exactly. Have you seen my sword?
Ah,
Right.
that is very
Baney.
yes.
Do you have maybe something like that?
Baney.
Baney.
Baney?
Just
So you
Just a piece of mundane jewelry that maybe has some
historical
significance.
significance. He is more likely to part with a magical item of function than he is a
Yeah. Piece of the crown jewel.
piece of than he is to you'll see him try. He'll try to come up with stuff, and anytime it's something, he's like, well, this was once worn by the elven prince but I mean it's just so old and the diamond is so big, like you don't want that. And it's
That's
way too common.
that's
Doesn't go
not
with
what we're
anything I'd wear.
and then, so like it's
That's fucking bad.
he is far more happy to give you an item of like magical function that has no historic significance.
I have no idea what I would possibly want.
Let me see if a ring of the ram is
What is
attunement. You basically get to shoot a ram out of it.
a ring of the ram is so cool.
Is it the goats? But
Do you want the goats?
Does he have the goats?
Of course he's got
Does
goats.
he have all of the
Oh.
goats?
I'll see. Ram
I
does
don't-
require
I
attunement.
don't want the goats.
You don't want the goats.
I don't.
Okay.
Megan wants the goats. but I
Megan
don't.
wants, but what would Maddie do with the goats?
What do I do with the goats?
Nothing.
Exactly.
You're never gonna ride the goats. Nobody ever rides the
No,
goats.
no. It's Blanche all over again.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I gonna do with the goats?
It is.
I'm fine.
Okay.
But you know what? How about an IOU? As soon as I think of something,
That sounds good.
I'll call you. Don't think I won't.
Okay.
Mid battle.
Yep. That's probably accurate.
Can I no? The only thing he book wise has in here is history, right?
That's not true.
Can I ask you to look something up for me?
Sure.
Laveret Padoris.
Okay. Do, 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 do. Roll a percentile.
Killed him for me? 28.
Honestly, he did not roll well, and he does not seem to be a particularly.
Well, keep an ear out, because he's gonna be.
You got it.
Okay. So Jarek is grieving. He's thinking real hard because he's got a stirrer and a healing potion for someone else. But the stirrer doesn't do cool shit.
Isn't the stir for you?
It's for me, but it doesn't do anything like magical. And he's seeing all this fucking arm and this new speedy thing. And he's like thinking, and he's like, should he ask? So he is not actually thinking for himself. He is thinking for the future, if that makes sense to
For the
Cody.
children?
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna ask if the stirrer can be enchanted with anything for the future.
Oh, do you want him to assess you in that way?
that happens, it doesn't do anymore.
That's true.
Oh, he knows. But that's the thing is that, well, this is Eduardo talking. not
Does
Jarik.
let me rephrase? Does Jarik ask if it can be enchanted
He does.
in that manner?
He is willing to ask for that.
So he does glint over you.
Oh, jeez.
That's a natural 20.
This is where I explode.
And he sort of looks at you and he goes, "You want me to make you something for that?"
and and he like looks around. Is everybody busy tinkering with their own little devices? How are you guys doing? Are you
Oh,
paying
I ain't
attention to what I'm
I
saying?
I'm getting this
I-
stone
like-
to start
Like
floating
the
around my
stone,
head,
like
man.
and
Like, I'm
the other,
good.
like the third eye thing is already like attached to their forehead.
I ain't got shit.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So
Okay, so when he sees Maddie paying attention, he says, "Only if you wanted to, but you don't have to.
Don't.
You don't want to, and that's okay."
Well,
And he's gonna,
She's not very nice.
and he's gonna say, "Well,
who's not
takes a
very
lot
nice?
of convincing to have
I'm
a
right
conversation."
here.
Yes, and he looks at Maddie. You're right. You were so kind to me, and you were kind in this conversation. You know what? You're fine. Thank you so. And he takes a big breath and goes back to Jordan. He's like, gotta go.
Yeah, you guys can definitely notice Dygor is not comfortable.
What?
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you so much for your time and your
Gotta go.
energy. You are a fucking delight.
You're welcome.
My God, what a bright spot in the universe you are.
Yes. Happy to help.
Wish my children were like you. So, shall we?
He'll give you some gloves of thievery.
Oh,
How's that?
Go on.
No attunement, +5 to sleight of hand, and to make lockpicks.
There you go.
For lockpicks.
+5?
Yep.
That's
Yes.
disgusting.
Got you
Okay.
some fancy gloves.
+5 to dexterity, sleight of hand checks, and dexterity checks
Of
made to
course.
pick locks. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If they're gloves of thievery, yeah, they have to be fingerless. That's just the
They
way
do.
it goes.
Yeah. Absolutely. He'll take you guys up to the pinnacle of his mountain, and you actually see him gaze off in the distance, and you can see his eyes turn mercury chrome and have the little dragon slit in them, and it looks as though he is staring very far away. And he will put you all on a plate, essentially. But rather than it's not a teleportation circle the way you guys would normally understand it. The plate itself does the split the way he does, and so he can essentially move. If he can get a straight line in a point to point, he can connect two places.
Weird. I love
And
it.
and that is how you guys come to arrive at the Temple of the High Moon. Congratulations, guys.
I like that much better than him flying.
Yeah, we made it.
Oh, yeah,
That's
no,
how we
he-
lose our skin.
Yeah, no, he can't fly you. He can't be a dragon that
Can he
long.
go slower?
Yeah, you've seen him walk.
That's fair.
In his place, he can do whatever he wants, really. But he comes with you on the plate, and he's gonna kind of follow you guys around on the next adventure. And
With a little-
and when you wanna come back, he can put you on the plate and take you back.
Nice. Awesome.
Awesome.
We did it, guys.
So there are some places, like if he was going to try to get you to the capital, it would take like a dozen jumps to like get you somewhere, because it has to be like a straight line.
Mhm. Interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Before we're done,
Mm-hmm.
Manny wants to pull Hal aside real quick and be like, listen, you know you're not the last.
Well, last living at the moment, but that's all right.
You have a little shadow that follows you around that's quite intent to be the next one after you.
I
And
understand.
she sings your praises to anyone that will listen, screams them in their face, really. You're not alone.
No, I don't consider myself alone, but it is legacy is always something I've been very acutely keen of. And it's difficult to think in those terms when you are intended to live in the moment. So it's a long-term struggle of mine. It's one of the things I falter at.
We all have things.
It's true.
Yeah. I
Nice
bite
guy.
my nails.
Well,
No one's perfect.
No one's perfect.
And if I may,
Hmm.
Jurek,
Yes.
we're outside. So are you still shaking?
I'm much calmer now.
Calm
It was
down.
I'm cold. I'm just shaking because it's cold. You know what I'm saying? But like he was literally having a moment because never in his life, I like this explanation. Never in his life has he not had to make it himself or do it himself. And if there's been things in front of him that he could just take, he's like, all right. And he's got a bag for that. There's a pocket in the bag in there for that. Like, so that was super tempting for him. This whole adventure was like, don't take it, Drick. Stop it. Like, it was really stressful. So then at the end, when everybody's getting cool stuff, he's like, must be nice. And it's like, the potion is for everyone. That's his brain like mentality.
There's my potion. Like,
Yeah.
Jurek's in the fridge.
But that's where he is. So when we finally get away from all the temptation, he's much more like, okay, what's the next part? That's where he is. But you said, yes, Madeline.
Jurek,
Yes.
do you
He's
know,
at a distance walking.
do you know what the most important thing is you need when you're adventuring?
Looks around at everybody else. No, what is it?
Trust.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you have ours?
Looks directly into camera. Well, I think I've earned trust.
And I think you're lying. And you're not doing it very well.
No, I'm
Either.
not trying to hide anything.
Well, then, who is she?
Old friend.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter, son.
Yes.
Look, either you can tell me,
Mm-hmm.
or I can beat it out here. And I don't want to do that.
I think that's fair. But Madeline, if I may,
Yeah.
for a while you had a friend that you didn't tell us about. You kept that very personal. Though you would say things out loud. I want that noted. You would say things out loud, and sometimes we would be concerned for you, but I don't believe any of us stepped forward and stopped you from conversing with your friend.
Right.
Right.
And do you remember the primrose path that led us down? And how
Yes.
well that fucking turned out.
Yes.
So now you tell me,
Mm-hmm.
what path exactly are you and she leading us down?
And he's going to point to wherever steps,
To the
temple,
camera.
and he's going to say, that one. And he's actually going to just start walking.
Okay. I tried turn. Fucking try.
Hal's gonna watch as Drake starts up the stairs to the observatory, and he'll look at Madeline, and I appreciate the concern. I know it's difficult. So many. You'd think it'd be easier with 6. It's not.
What? 6 what?
People in a party.
Oh.
He's
What? Are you sundowning? Jesus, do you
No.
too now?
Where are we? What are we doing?
I
We in bed
followed.
tomorrow? Did we cross?
yeah.
Everyone's having a rough day.
Yeah.
Just to be fair,
Yeah.
out loud, Jurek is walking,
Mhm.
but he's talking to himself.
Sure. Okay.
I just want to say that.
Sounds good. All right, guys. I think that's gonna be it for us tonight. Next week we're punching stuff.
Ooh.
Monday.
We say that every fucking time. And sometimes we make dragon sugar day.
Hell yeah, man. Listen, great side trip.
It led us the right way.
Yeah.
So to be fair, I put the DC 18 for the survival through the mountains, over the mountains, and it needed 3. Hal was making it. 2 of you needed to make it to make progress.
Go on without us.
Yeah, and we were not making it. And I was like, oh God, all right. We'll do the Lord of the Rings. We'll go through the mountain. What's going to be here? I took all your percentiles. I love the random tables from Xanathar's, but most of those things on the lower end of the tables, they're not worth you guys at this level. Fighting 8 trolls, that's just a waste of an hour and a half, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going, you know how to fight a troll at this point.
Yep.
You know how to, you have acid, you have fire, you guys know how to fight a troll. You're going to get through a dozen of them. That's like 18 maybe, but then we've got 2.5, 3 hours of
super chunky
of
going
just
through the rounds.
dice and which is fun to a point. So I was looking at it, I took the different encounters that you guys had rolled, right? And I was like, okay, orcs and dwarves, they're going to be allies. That's the Empire. We've got that. I see the trolls there. And the high 97 was a ancient silver dragon. And I was like, okay.
Good call.
And yeah, and so I was going through, I was looking at looking at stuff. So like one of their regional effects is that within a mile of their lair, winds buoy non-evil creatures that fall due to no act of the dragon or its allies. Such creatures descend at a rate of 60 feet per round with taking falling damage. So like I was like, oh, like that's a cool test of like faith and the up and down. And
out here taking risks, y'all. Let's just go.
And I wanted him to be ancient. I wanted him to be helpful, friendly, but it's always that thing with high level NPCs where it's like, well, why aren't you doing this? Yeah. What are you doing at the moment? And so,
was it a good decision not to take anything?
He may have, depending on what you took, he may have been quite offended.
Ooh. Good job, Madeline. Because the second she mentioned, I was like,
I also wrote in my notes when it comes to allies, I was like, Dygor the Fast boyfriend question.
Oh my.
Senpai. Yeah, that one.
Actually,
that one is a lot of fun.
I like this a lot, Cody.
Yeah.
We didn't need a friend.
Yeah,
I'm ready for this contact.
I think that one was very cool. You were asking, just so I'll tell you because I don't think you're gonna change your mind on it. Well, now you can't. So, the axe he was working on was an axe of the Dwarven Lord.
Oh yeah, he could never.
It's an artifact. It's like if you want to make it and make a new Dwarven kingdom, I guess you can, but that's weird for you.
Yeah.
You're
the secret
doesn't seem like you would use
Lord of all dwarves, the Warforged.
Yeah, he's like, I don't
make sense.
And
the ultimate forge.
Yeah, so he was kind of hinting at like, I guess, I mean, wouldn't you want one of like the Warforged king forever? Like, wouldn't you want that? But he's
don't care about ruling anything.
I know, but he doesn't. He doesn't know that. He's thinking in terms of
stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, Axe of the Dwarvish Lords. And it was like, I want one of those?
That's so funny.
That's weird. Why would you want
Well, I didn't
that?
get to see any of the other schematics and
I
stuff
know.
in there.
I had to get away. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's all good. It's all good. And it kept us moving. That's another issue.
It all worked out.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I think this was a much funner, much more fun encounter than just hiking through the mountains.
And killing trolls at random. Like,
Right. And,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys.
better
This
to
was
make a
great.
friend.
This was really cool.
Yeah,
So-
and you created an awesome NPC, man, which is always fun.
Yeah.
Bet again.
Thank you.
And like
Thank
you
very
essentially
much.
also gave us another patron, which is always nice.
Having somebody that can help out, because a lot of times you guys' adventures, I did the math and went through Xanathar's, like a normal, according to the book, a normal player in a 4-person party would get a total of like 20 magic items in
Oh,
the
wow.
course of their career, but that also can include like I
The
think
common
like
magic items.
yeah,
The
or
cloak of billowing,
or the-
which would have been greatly appreciated.
or like potions get counted in that.
Does it count the multiple rapiers that get taken from you by interdimensional beings or just slip out of your fucking paws?
But a lot of times you guys have like your highest adventures don't come with a loot with a horde at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
right.
right. Like there's like killing Zugmoy doesn't come with a massive treasure
Fungal
pile,
horde.
right? It's you guys had a chance to grab some stuff from the Lich, but not like a treasure trove of money.
Well, a lot of this is more specific. Like he was
Right.
willing to look at us and go, "What do you want?" That
Yeah.
kind of thing. To
Yeah,
benefit
which is
us.
super cool.
And-
Getting to like request something and get something like, especially in my case, like finally getting out of the hole of like my initiative bonus is garbage because
Right.
my dex was never a good stat is amazing. Like
Yeah.
that's a game changer.
Yeah.
So that's super cool.
So, so yeah, I think this was a great night. It was a great encounter. Really good time. So yeah, thank you guys. How was the chat doing tonight?
Good. How you guys doing?
Cool.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
I know I did.
Yeah. Well, we are
George
going to
says-
say goodnight, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you. If you're on our Discord, keep an eye peeled there for some bonus content and some other games and stuff. We will be back Friday night with Shadowrun. But until next time, be cool.